this afternoon so that we can bring you the Philadelphia Phillies versus the New York Mets.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Neil Hartman. Welcome to the pregame show. The Phillies taking on the New York Mets today continue to play terrific baseball, looking for their 5th straight win in a series sweep at Shea Stadium this afternoon. In the next half an hour, we'll profile relief pitcher David West. Plus, Harry Callis will talk live with starters Danny Jackson and Curt Schilling. Also, Lenny Dykstra made a promise of batting .300 by the end of the month. We'll track his progress. The Mets have the 2nd worst record in baseball. Dallas Green will try to offer some answers about what happened to this once proud franchise. And I'll talk live with longtime Mets broadcaster Bob Murphy. So we have a busy show. Let's start with some breaking Phillies news. To make room on their 40-man roster, the club traded Scranton reliever Bob Arol to Seattle for Kevin Foster. And that's Foster's numbers at Jacksonville. Now coming up to the Phillies, because of the injury to Dave Hollins, Jeff Manto called up from Scranton, batting .245. 8 home runs, 40 RBIs, 18 doubles. He led the league in that category. Manto will be playing some third base, a veteran at 28 years old. He has played in the big leagues before at third base with Cleveland. Now, as far as last night, the Phillies won their 4th in a row behind brilliant pitching by Danny Jackson. Yes, WPHL fans at Shea Stadium saying hello to the fans back home. Great effort by Danny Jackson. There he gets Bobby Bonilla swinging, and Curt Schilling says, wow, great effort by Danny Jackson. Top of the 3rd, Dykstra on second after a single and a stolen base. Mariano Duncan singles him home, and it's 1-0 Phillies. Dykstra with another good effort getting on base last night. To the 4th inning, Kim Batiste doubles to left field. Can Vince Coleman get it as he goes to the track, to the wall? He can't grab it. It's off his glove. And that will allow Milt Thompson to score, and the Phillies take a 2-0 lead. Dallas Green looking for some answers. Did not get any answers last night. Mickey Morandini, the bottom of the order, doing the job for the Phillies, triples in. Batiste gives the Phillies a 3-0 lead. Danny Jackson shooting for his first complete game and his first shutout since 1988 when he was a Cincinnati Red. He gets Darren Jackson, the newest Met, to fly out to Jim Eisenreich in right, and the Phillies win the contest by a final of 3-0. This is the first time the Mets have been shut out all season despite their dismal record. There you see the numbers. Dwight Gooden losing, he's now 7-5. Jackson with the complete game, he's now 6-2. The Phillies only getting 7 hits, but making them count. Now keep your eye on the Florida Marlins. They are presently in 4th place in the National League East. The Marlins at 29-31, and they continue to swim upstream thanks to some great defensive plays. Orestes Destrada going into the stands and making the grab off Jeff King. Bottom of the 4th, Junior Felix takes Bob Walk's offering over the Chevron sign in left field. The Marlins lead 3-2. More Marlin offense, this time by a hot ex-Met. Boy, could New York use Dave Magadan right now. He hits his 4th homer of the year to right. As the Marlins and owner Wayne Huizenga dance all over the Pirates for the 2nd night in a row. The final there was 5-2. And you see, though, the battle for 2nd place, which is really not much of a battle right now because they're 10.5 back, but the Cardinals did beat the Montreal Expos 13-3 yesterday. Other scores now in the National League. It was Colorado 14, Houston 11, Atlanta over Cincinnati 7-2, LA 6, San Diego 4. Robbie Thompson 5 for 5. San Francisco beats Chicago 5-4. The best race in baseball, it's in the American League West, where Chicago and Kansas City are neck and neck. Last night, it took over 4 hours for the White Sox to come out on top. Great defensive plays right there. Jose Lean robbed Tim Raines, and Greg Gagne takes a hit away from Ozzie Guillen. Tied at 1 after 9. We go to the top of the 15th. Ron Karkovice hits one to left field. No one's going to catch this one. A game winner off Rusty Meacham. 10th home run of the year for Karkovice. The Sox win it 2-1 in 15 innings. Baltimore's won 10 in a row, 5-1 over Boston. It was Minnesota 7, Oakland 2. Tigers have a 4-game lead now on the Blue Jays after winning big yesterday, 12-1 at Tiger Stadium. Seattle 2, California nothing. Milwaukee over New York 9-1, and it was Cleveland 10 and Texas 9. The College World Series championship game was played yesterday in Omaha. Keep your eye on Louisiana State freshman Brett Laxton. Brett Laxton taking on Wichita State. LSU and Wichita State. The freshman from South Jersey, very impressive, striking out the side in the 6th on its way to a championship record 16 Ks. In the 8th, Laxton rolls on, gets Darren Dreifert. He's the 2nd pick in the draft. And here, the father of former Philly Bill Laxton, watching on as his son, gets Carl Hall, the fly to right for the final out. The championship for LSU, 8-0. This was a rematch of the 91 final, and LSU wins it 8-0. Back to the bigs we go. It's been a wild 7 days in baseball. Let's look at the stories outside the box scores in this week's segment of How About That? How about those Baltimore Orioles, barreling their way to 10 straight wins and fighting their way back to the 500 mark, including a 16-4 thrashing of the Red Sox on Friday? How about that Brian Harvey of the Marlins? An expansion record 17th save on Thursday, breaking Enrique Romo's mark of 16 with Seattle in '77. How about that Terry Mulholland? 23 strikeouts and no walks in his last 2 starts. His last 3 have been complete games. How about another installment in the never-ending baseball series? And on the lighter side, all the rain this week had everyone asking, are we grounded? How about that?
They say everybody has a dream. In this country, it's often about having your own business. AT&T has more ways to take your vision to and from more countries than anyone else. Because AT&T believes the most wonderful product this country's given the world is the American dream. AT&T, far and away the best in the business.
You know how fast your business is changing. But do you know which airline is changing faster than any other? Improving schedules, modernizing its fleet, forming a global alliance, making so many improvements, it can truly be said, in the history of aviation, no other airline has made so many changes so fast. And all of it's for you.
Video, The Final Frontier.
Johnny, what do you think you're doing? Get out of here!
Catwalk, the X-rated version.
It's the truth. The naked truth.
It's sex,
What are you doing?
lies,
Once I met you, I kept your number in a very special place. Do you mind?
and rock and roll. On the next Catwalk.
Censorship sucks, man.
Tonight at 6 on PHL 17.
Part of the Phillies' success can be attributed to the work of David West out of the bullpen. Let's take a look at the man whose nickname is someone we all grew up with. His teammates call him Big Bird, and his manager calls him in time of need. He's David West, and he's helped to solidify a bullpen that was a question mark for '93.
He's met more expectations than anybody could ever think or when we made the deal. He's thrown the ball great. He's been a great guy in the clubhouse. Picks up the ball whenever you want him to pick it up, and he gets people out. So I think he's been a wonderful addition to our club.
The Phils are West's 3rd big league team in a pro career that began in the Mets organization at the age of 18. It had Phenom written all over it.
A lot of people wrote a lot of things, and I just went out and played. I was still way too young to really worry about that too much. But I mean, I was fortunate, and the Mets organization brought me right through, and they gave me some foundations and some framework and stuff that I still apply to today.
The bright lights of Broadway were soon replaced by the Twin Cities of Minnesota, following a trade that sent West and 4 pitchers to the Twins and Frank Viola to the Mets.
My numbers were shaky at the time because I had 2 very horrendous starts. But up until that point, I don't feel like they just got rid of me to get rid of me. I think they made the trade so they could get a player with a little more experience at the time.
In Minnesota, West experienced what he hopes will not be his final worst to first finish, playing a supporting role in the Twins' '91 championship season. But still the question remained, where's the missing ingredient needed to help West fulfill his potential?
Johnny Padres is an asset, without a doubt. He doesn't chalkboard you to death. He doesn't, you know, diagram you or really super mechanic. He knows how to relate to us, this group of pitchers, without really just burying you in the ear with a bunch of stuff. He can say a lot without, I mean, in very small sentences or very few words that you mean a lot.
Wes wouldn't mind being a starter again, but for now, he's more than happy with his role.
I'm very comfortable. I mean, not necessarily comfortable with the aspects of relieving because I'd started so long, but I mean, I'm just comfortable making a contribution in what I'm doing right now. That's perfectly fine with me.
Nice fella, David West. The Phillies starters have done the job as well. They have the most complete games in baseball, 17. Joining Harry Callis live at Shea Stadium is last night's winner Danny Jackson and Curt Schilling. Harry.
All right, thanks, Neil. And with two of the members of the starting rotation, Danny Jackson coming off the complete game win last night. That was the 17th complete game for the Phillies pitching staff. It had been a while, Danny, since you had pitched a complete game. You had to feel awfully pleased.
I feel real good, Harry, because it's been a long time, like you said, since 1989, and being able to go out there and throw a complete game shutout was great for me last night. Got me over the hump a little bit, knowing to put everything behind myself so that they know that I can go out there and throw a complete game, and I think I'll have a few more before the end of the year's time comes.
Does this starting rotation, Danny, feed off one another? I mean, is there like a friendly competition?
Oh, I don't know. I think we work as a group all together, and as far as the team-wise work, and where we want to keep our ERAs down team-wise to a minimum and keep the runs down to a minimum. And we all, as a group, like to complete games and get lots of strikeouts and keep walks down and throw lots of strikes to help keep this ball club in the game. So we work as a group, I think, more or less.
Curt, much was made of the Atlanta Braves starting rotation all spring long and coming into the season, and why not? They have a couple of Cy Young Award winners. You guys as a fivesome certainly in complete games and strikeouts lead the league, so you're right there. You kind of look at the Braves rotation and your rotation.
Well, we don't want to compare ourselves to the Braves. We want to make sure that we go out there and do the best job that we can. You know, we're not worried what other people think about us, and as long as we go out there and give these guys 7 or 8 good innings every night, we feel like we're getting the job done. I mean, you know, the best rotation in baseball, you can only prove to be that if you finish out the season as strong as you started.
17 complete games by the pitching staff, way out in the league lead in that department. I guess that's a source of pride for all of you.
Oh, sure it is. I mean, to me, it's my ball game. I go out there and I want to be out there when the game finishes and when I start. But we could have probably 5 or 6 more. You know, DJ obviously has gone into the 9th inning a couple times and maybe gotten a quick hook every now and then. And you know, he probably should have 8 or 9 wins. But we haven't been fortunate enough to get the job done when he comes out late in the game. But, you know, with him getting over the hump, I mean, we were pretty pumped last night for him. We were all in the top step of the dugout waiting for him to get that last out. And, you know, it feels good to see somebody get over the hump like that. He's pitched his butt off since he's been here, and he deserved to get it done last night. And hopefully it's going to snowball for him.
With all of you pitching so well, and every starting pitcher is going to experience a game where things just don't work out well, like Tommy Green the other night. And I'm sure that you can empathize with him. What do you tell one of your starting rotation mates after a game like that? Because you've had them, everybody's had them.
Well, everyone's had him, and we basically just tell him to throw it out the door because, you know, just one of those nights where you didn't throw very well and didn't have the good stuff. And I told him, I said, look, Tommy, you completed 5 games in a row. You're bound to have one of those games like that where you're going to go out there and not have it that one day and just forget about it and go back the next day and then look at it. You're going to be a lot stronger your next time out, and then go out there and throw a good 8, 9 innings and then get another complete game possibly.
And I guess, Curt, you guys will be the biggest cheerleaders for Gentle Ben today.
We need Gentle Ben to get that first one. You know, last couple starts, I thought he looked like he did at the end of last year when he was real strong and he dominated people last month and a half of the season. Coming out of Cincinnati, he threw the ball great. He threw the ball very, very well his last start, I thought. And, you know, he's the last guy to get into the complete game club this year, so hopefully he'll get it done today.
Two of the members of the Phillies starting rotation leading the league in complete games with 17. It's been a big difference for the Phils and why they're where they're at today, Neil. Let's go back to the studios of Neil Harbin.
All right, Harry, thank you very much. Curt Schilling, Danny Jackson, thank you, gentlemen, as well. You just heard from Curt Schilling about the job he's done this year. What about his days in AAA? Curt reminisces in this week's Minor League Memory.
Actually, one of probably my most prized moments involves Mickey Morandini. I got traded over here, and I didn't really know Mick, but I faced Mick when he was in Scranton for the first time, and I struck him out 3 times opening day, and I've never let him forget it. And he always tells me it never happened, but I know it did, and it's something that I use against him quite often this year and last year.
Curt Schilling's pro career began in 1986 at Elmira and took him to 8 cities, including Baltimore and Houston, before the 6'4" right-hander became a Philly last season.
On Renegade.
It's them, the Dukes of Destruction themselves.
A friend's murder pushes Reno over the edge.
It's between me and the man who did it.
And onto a collision course with the killer. Now Reno's out for revenge.
Stormtrooper stuff is not the way we do it here.
And this time it's personal.
I'm gonna get him my way.
On the next Renegade.
Tonight at 7 on PHL 17.
When you were a child, you were told we're all created equal. But now that you're a little older, you see things a bit differently. The new Lexus GS Luxury Performance Sedan. It's roomier, quieter, and rides smoother than cars costing thousands more. Maybe we are all created equal, but it doesn't have to stay that way. See your New Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania area Lexus dealer for treatment that's unequaled.
Sir?
Sorry, I'm in a hurry.
Sir, we'd like to talk to you about stores production.
Okay, I've got to see some important people.
Sir, you need to take the day off.
You know, I need to take the day off.
Dorney Park in Wildwater Kingdom is the top seasonal water park in the U.S. and one of America's greatest family amusement parks. It's recreation for the body and the mind. Take the day off.
Money-saving coupons available at participating Pizza Hut restaurants.
Welcome back to the pregame show. I'm Neil Hartman. Upcoming, it's the Phillies against the Mets from Shea. Remember 1986? If you're a Mets fan, you remember fondly the Mets winning the World Series. What's happened since then? And can the new skipper turn things around?
Lenny Dykstra, the man they call Neil from the Mets ball club, is waiting. Now the pitch, and a high fly ball hitting the right field. It is fairly deep. It's way back by the wall. He did it! It's a home run! A home run! The Mets win the ball game. Dykstra hits a home run.
They've got the credentials, they've got the past history, they've got the statistics to back that up. And until they do it, we're going to play lousy, and that's what we've done, unfortunately.
A once proud franchise on the brink of a dynasty has crumbled quickly. Their best prospects are playing elsewhere. 2 are with Philly, 1 in St. Louis, 1 in Florida, and another in Cincinnati. Controversy has not escaped their superstar.
Just, you know, like the homeboy said back home, we just chilling. Make it move.
The thing is, you better keep your things in perspective in this game. I mean, we get all wrapped up in the game. Yeah, you want to win, but it's not like we're dead. And if you think it is, then you got problems. The key is that I think good guys can win, good guys can lose. Managers as good as their players.
Enter Dallas Green, a man known for getting results.
All I've tried to do all my career in baseball is try to get guys to play up their capabilities, and that's really what I intend to do here in the short time I've got with New York.
Chopped off the plate, juggled by Jaco Walker, and air on Walker. Phillies take a 3-2 lead.
I didn't have the benefit of spring training, so I didn't have a game plan coming in to how I wanted to work this team, and I'm really learning. Bobby Wan and I are learning as much as we possibly can so that we can make the recommendations that are necessary to make this team better.
Tough job for Dallas Green, a man that's been with the Mets for the highs and the lows. Longtime broadcaster Bob Murphy joins us now live from Shea. Bob, this is your 32nd year broadcasting Mets games. You think Dallas Green can turn things around?
Well, I certainly hope so. I will say this. I think if anybody can do it, Dallas Green is the right man to take on the job. It's a baffling ball club. It's a mysterious ball club. People who have been around baseball for an awful lot of years and who gave the team a very objective look at the end of spring training all felt, no one felt particularly that the Mets would win. I think everybody felt they'd be a very competitive ball club, that they'd be in contention all year. How can a team that has Doc Gooden and Brett Saberhagen and Sid Fernandez and Bobby Bonilla and Eddie Murray and Howard Johnson, Tony Fernandez, people like that, How can a team like that have so much trouble? I don't know. If anybody can find out, maybe it's Dallas Green.
Bob, what happened to this ball club, in your opinion, since 1986?
Well, the mix is not right. The chemistry isn't there right now, and hopefully it can be restored. I do think they have enough good people left that if they can find the right elements, they can put together a winning ball club once again. But it's a total mystery right now.
What are some of those elements, Bob, that you think this team needs to maybe turn things around?
Well, it's the one thing I thought the Mets would never need. For so many years, the Mets had marvelous, marvelous pitching. And now, lo and behold, except for Doc Gooden and Brett Saberhagen and John Franco as a closer, that's 3 out of a 10-man staff. They need more pitching, there's no doubt about it. And especially, they have to do something to shore up their bullpen.
One of the things we saw in a piece leading into this interview, Bob, was some of the players that have left the New York Mets organization and gone elsewhere and had some success elsewhere. Wouldn't Lenny Dykstra look good in the Mets outfield right now?
Of course he would. Lenny Dykstra is one of the premier players in all of baseball. But remember, Davey Johnson was managing the Mets. Davey did not think that Dykstra could hit left-hand pitching. And he had a platoon of Mookie Wilson and Len Dykstra. And the reason Lenny's in Philadelphia is because the Mets didn't think he would hit left-hand pitching. Or at least Davey Johnson didn't. But I'll tell you this, every ball club makes the same kind of mistakes. You can look at any ball club in baseball and point to a bad trade or two they made.
Bob Murphy, we thank you.
I thank you very kindly.
Enjoy the ball game today at Shea Stadium. Bob Murphy, longtime broadcaster with the New York Mets. Speaking of Lenny Dykstra, back on April 29th, the dude was batting .202. Not a position the one-time All-Star expects to be in, but Lenny made a bold statement that he would be above 300 by July 1st. He's now at .281. Let's take you back to spring training and relive Lenny's batting odyssey.
Lenny Dykstra really feels that he should win a batting title at some point in his career, and he thinks now is the time.
Boy, he smokes that ball. First ball, fastball, out of here.
Andy and Chris were just talking about a batting title. That's something that you want real bad, and you know, if you keep hitting the way you hit today, that might happen.
Well, like I hit today, I might go for the home run title.
It's hard to believe Lenny Dykstra struck out three times in a row.
Yeah, it's hard to believe.
You know, early on, I started out hitting the ball kind of hard and didn't really get any luck, but still, you know, people want results.
Really sawed off Dykstra, and Jeffrey's a good play.
Gained some experience, and you know, I know that if you stay with the basic approach and the game plan that you go into the season with, you'll have the results at the end of the year. It's a long season, and I got, you know, I still got almost 400 bats left. Seeing the ball good, and I'm hitting the ball all fields. You know, early on, I didn't really use the left field as much as I usually do, but, you know, I'm driving the ball too, so, you know, I don't consider myself just a leadoff type hitter who just gets on base. I can drive, you know, the ball in gaps, and I am, you know, I think I'm right up there in doubles, so, you know, I'm hitting the ball, you know, good right now, and I'm happy with the way it's going.
He jerks it down the right field way. It is way back.
Two things that I've done best, 2 out of the last 3 years, is hit left-handers and hit with guys in scoring position. And for some odd reason, the beginning of this year, I have not, well, I'm hitting left-handers as well now, but still with running the scoring position, hit balls hard, but have not had the results. But I guess I'll trade them off for the record that we have in the position we're in the standings.
Today's June 13th. My bet is that on July 1st, Lenny Dykstra will be batting over 300. We'll see, and Lenny certainly got the stroke back again. Well, in a moment, we'll welcome back Larry Anderson with the ever-popular Shallow Thoughts.
Guests on the pregame show receive a gift certificate from Fila Athletic Footwear and Apparel. Basketball, tennis, golf, and swimwear. Fila. Change the game.
First, Roy Rogers introduced their juicy bacon cheeseburger on sourdough bread. Then they introduced Roy's real roast beef on sourdough bread. And now there's Roy's great-tasting sourdough grilled chicken sandwich with Monterey Jack cheese and Hellman's Dijonnaise. Yep, looks like Roy's sandwiches are really on a roll.
I thought you said they were on sourdough bread.
I did.
He said roll.
Yeah,
roll. That's what he said. You see, I was right.
Roll bread.
What do you mean roll bread? There's no such thing as a roll.
Roy Rogers.
Write down this phone number, then put it in your car. Because if you're ever seriously injured in a car accident, you can call this number 24 hours a day and be in touch with the law offices of Manchell, Lundy, and Lesson. We have more than 30 years of experience, and no one will work harder for you. So if you are ever seriously hurt in a car accident, we're able to take so much of the pain out of recovering what's legally yours. Write down this number, put it in your car. Oh, and give it to someone you love.
Al Bundy tells you how to prepare for your driving test.
I've been driving for 20 years. I don't have to study.
It's a sure thing.
I passed.
I failed.
Al joins the ranks of the walking wounded.
Being without a license, does it make you feel like less than a man?
No, son, that's your mother's job.
On the next Married with Children.
Tomorrow at 6:30 on PHL 17.
Now, Shallow Thoughts with Larry Anderson.
So far, I'm 1 for 1 and batting 1,000. Does that mean if I go 2 for 2, I'll be batting 2,000? Wow.
This has been yet another in a series of Shallow Thoughts with Larry Anderson.
Nice to have Larry back on the pregame show with Shallow Thoughts. In our news and notes segment, we'd like to take a look at who's hot in Major League Baseball. A few milestones last night. The A's' Ricky Henderson led off the game with his 57th home run. Back-to-back home runs started the game for Oakland the first time in a decade. John Oleruddy's hot 17-game hitting streak, batting .401 during that span. Gary Sheffield, .631, 5 RBIs in his last 5 games. Greg Jeffries from the second-place Cards, 4 for 5 last night, .537 in his last 10. You've got the Baltimore Orioles. We told you about 10 in a row. The bullpen has helped, going 5-0 with a 1.82 ERA during that span. And the Mets, Anthony Young, you know about his woes. Matt Young gets his first win since May of '91 last night for the Cleveland Indians. So some news and notes from baseball last night. Well, coming up, it's the Phillies against the Mets. The Phillies are looking for a 4-game series sweep for the Mets. New York's Anthony Owen will be on the mound, looking to end a personal losing streak of 20 in a row. Ben Rivera goes for the Phillies. I'll see you during the game with updates. Stay tuned for Phillies baseball next on PHL 17.
The pregame show with Neil Heitman is brought to you by Powerade, high-energy thirst quencher. More power to ya.
It's a funny thing about quality and value. Like when the Oldsmobile Achieva beat Honda Accord and Toyota Camry in an independent 100,000-mile test. Yet the Achieva Special Edition cost $2,200 less than Accord DX and $4,000 less than Camry DX. Like we said, funny. It's your money.
You always save 30 to 40% at today's man, but right now our once-a-season clearance saves you a lot more. Like Pure Wool and Wool Blend suits now, 2 for just $199. Traditional European or Italian style suits in 100% wool now just $159. Pure Wool designer suits are now only $199. Pure Silk sport coats are now 2 for an incredible $99. And you'll save on thousands more items throughout every store during today's man's once-a-season clearance. Right now for a very limited time, so hurry.
The terror of Jaws returns. No one is safe when sharks, great whites, go on a rampage attacking an undersea complex.
Sea
Seal depart. You hear me? Seal depart. No one right now!
Who will survive? As the most exciting saga of all time continues, Dennis Quaid and Lou Gossett Jr. come face to face with the ultimate killing machine in Jaws 3. Thursday at 8 on PHL 17.
On the next Street Justice.
We rule the city.
Can Boudreaux stop a truce from turning into a war?
Tonight at 8 on PHL 17.
Everybody from Shea Stadium in New York. Welcome to Phillies baseball this afternoon. The final game of the 4-game series, the Phils and the New York Mets. It'll be Ben Rivera for the Phillies, Anthony Young going for New York. Harry Callis with Rich Ashburn and Andy Musser on a pleasant afternoon for baseball. Phillies are trying to sweep this 4-game set. It's hard enough to win a 3-game series, to sweep it, let alone a 4-game series. But the Phils, if they are to do it, will be doing it without John Kruk and without Darren Dalton in the lineup, Whitey.
Yeah, they're getting a day off, and I don't think that's a bad idea, especially the way Kruk is hobbling around. And they don't play again till tomorrow night, so it'll be almost 2 days off. And it's not a bad idea to give Dalton a day off, too, because he does about all the catching. And funny part of it is, Ben Rivera pitched his best ball game of the season against Cincinnati a couple of weeks ago, and Dalton and Kruk were out of the lineup, and Todd Pratt was doing the catching. So you never know. It's kind of a toss-up, I guess. You never know what Ben's going to do, but maybe he's comfortable with Todd Pratt back there.
And local product, a Temple grad, Jeff Manno has joined the ball club. He's an excited young man.
Yeah, a little local flavor now, and should help the ball club because he can play a couple positions and he can catch. And a third catcher now would give Jim Fregosi a little more flexibility.
Anthony Young going for the New York Mets, Andy. He has lost 20 straight decisions. You have to go back to 1910, 1911 for a longer losing streak. You really have to have bad luck to lose that many decisions in a row.
Harry, I think that's what it is, because he hasn't pitched that badly. Recently, he was a starter in a game against the Cubs, came out with a pretty good lead, and the bullpen blew it for him. You know, if you've lost 20 straight games, they're not going to keep sending you out there unless you're a good pitcher. And he, at no time during the streak, has ever been farmed out, so the Mets obviously have confidence in him, and I think Dallas Green desperately wants to get him off the schneid.
Just about every time we play the Mets now, every game we see a new face, and today is no exception. Doug Saunders at second base.
And batting second in the lineup. They don't know a whole lot about him. They brought him up from Norfolk. He was not with them in spring training. He's supposed to be a real battler, an inspirational kind of guy, and a good fielder. We don't know much about him as a hitter.
So it'll be the final game of the series. Ben Rivera goes for the Phillies, Anthony Young for New York. Now let's go back to our PHL studios and Neil Hartman. Neil?
All right, gentlemen, we'll be sending it back to you at Shea Stadium in just a moment. Little details on Anthony Young. He's tied Craig Anderson for the most complete losses by a Mets pitcher. The all-time record in Major League Baseball, 23 in succession by Cliff Curtis, 1910 to 1911 with the Boston Braves. Well, today, Anthony Young, 0-6 this season, 2-14 last year, but a 20-game losing streak, personal losing streak for Anthony Young will go against Ben Rivera. Let's take a look more at tonight's pitching matchups.
The Phillies and the New York Mets is being brought to you by Budweiser. Fresh, pure, natural, proud to be your Bud. By Mellon PSFS, the official bank of the Phillies. By the Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic company. And by Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield. Carry us for life.
Your world, genuine and true, working together in all that you do.
Yet it's as precious as the very air we breathe. It's called freedom. And it's what inspired Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield to create the new Personal Choice, a health plan that offers people the low costs of an HMO without asking them to give up what they value most, their freedom. Personal Choice, the health plan that controls costs, not people.
While you're enjoying some of the comforts of home, remember, your home can give you lots of other comforts. Like a way to consolidate all your bills and loans. Mellon PSFS Home Equity Loans. While you're enjoying some of the comforts of home, remember, your home can give you lots of other comforts. Like a college education. Mellon PSFS Home Equity Loans.
Well, the Phillies entered this afternoon's ball game at 43-17, a very impressive 20-8 record away from home. The Mets at 19-40, 23.5 games back. Why the Phillies? Why do they have the best record in baseball? Well, look at the number of Phillies that are among the league leaders. You have Darren Dalton in second place behind Matt Williams in the RBIs. Dave Hollins is, of course, on the DL right now, but in fourth presently. In home runs, Matt Williams, what a year he's having, leads the league, but Darren Dalton, 3 back at 15. Also among the leaders in runs scored, look at Lenny Dykstra, 52 runs scored, John Kruk, 47, Darren Dalton, 47. And again, one of the reasons why the Phillies have been on top, they're getting runners on base, like John Kruk with 50 walks, Darren Dalton, 49, and Lenny Dykstra with 40. Those are among the reasons why the Phillies have the best record in baseball, and they're getting the job done. In addition, we didn't show you the pitching records, but of course, Tommy Green, perfect, Kurt Schilling at 8-1, and today you're going to see Ben Rivera going for, hopefully, his first complete game of the season, as you heard the gentleman talk off the top of the program. So it's Ben Rivera against Anthony Young. We're ready for baseball. We're going to send it back to Shea Stadium in New York. Looks like a beautiful day in Flushing, Queens. Here's Harry Callis.
All right, thanks, Neil. It is a gorgeous afternoon here at Shea Stadium in New York as the Phillies take on the New York Mets for the final game of this series. Behind Ben Rivera, he'll go against Anthony Young. Lineup cards just now being handed out at home plate. A lot of Phillies fans in attendance for this series here at Shea. Kathy, Colleen, and Lisa, hostesses from the Vetter here. John Kincaid and Joe Amicone here. And Jim and Carol Hart, great Phillies fans in attendance. See a lot of Phillies caps throughout the stands. And the Phils have really captured the imagination of fans young and old.
Really all over the country. This team's getting a lot of attention in all the cities we travel to.
Phillies will try to make it 4 in a row against these New York Mets, 5 in a row overall, winning the last game against the Houston Astros.
Phillies have won 9 out of their last 10. The Mets have lost 9 out of their last 10.
Phillies are going to miss this umpiring crew. This umpiring crew has had the Phillies the last 2 series, and there hasn't been squabble one. Bruce Premming's crew done an excellent job. Brian Gorman, Jerry Davis, and Mark Hirschbeck.
Perfect day for a ball game here in Shea Stadium. It's bright and sunny and warm. Slight breeze. Going a little bit towards left center.
Should not affect deep fly balls. Wind not much of a factor today. A little bit of a breeze. Dallas Green looking for some answers for this New York club. He is in the dugout observing as well as managing. Find out how they're going to rebuild this team back into a contender. They've made several moves in the last few days. Getting Darren Jackson from Toronto, and the deal that sent Tony Fernandez back to his home club, the Jays. And calling up Doug Saunders, who will be in the starting lineup today from Norfolk. Jim Fragosi's lineup this afternoon has Lenny Dykstra, center fielder, leading off. Mariano Duncan, shortstop, bats second. Ricky Jordan at first base today, hitting third. Pete Incaviglia, left fielder, batting fourth. Jim Eisenreich, right fielder, hits fifth. Todd Pratt, catching, batting sixth. Kim Baptiste at third base will hit seventh. Mickey Morandini, second baseman, batting eighth, and batting ninth and pitching Ben Rivera. They'll be facing the right-hander Anthony Young.
Yeah, Young has averaged about 5 strikeouts per 9 innings and just under 5 walks per 9 innings. He's 0-6. His ERA isn't that bad for 0-6. He's 3.44. He won a game in St. Louis last year, and that string of losses has just kept coming for him.
Defensively behind Young, Jeff Kent at third base, Tim Bogar at shortstop, Doug Saunders at second, and Eddie Murray at first. Todd Hundley does the catching. In the outfield, Joe Orsulak starting in left field. Darren Jackson in center and Bobby Bonilla in right. Umpires for this afternoon's game, Brian Gorman calls the balls and strikes. Bruce Fremming, the crew chief, at first base. Jerry Davis at second, and Mark Hirschbeck will umpire at third. Anthony Young is 27 years of age. He's from Houston, a University of Houston product. Was 2-14 last year. Won his first 2 decisions and then dropped 14 in a row.
He just heard his catcher bounce the ball up there and hit Hundley right in the throat. This game worries me, Harry. This is a game that you think you could just mail it in. Well, it doesn't happen in baseball. No matter what or who is pitching, what the odds are.
Lenny Dykstra will lead it off for the Phils. Dykstra hitting at .281, leads the league in runs scored with 52. Along our best for a speedy recovery to Rick Folbaum in the Underwood Memorial Hospital, Woodbury, New Jersey. Great Phillies fan, Syracuse grad. Hope Rick's feeling better real soon. 1 ball and no strikes to Lenny Dykstra. Offs the ball in the air to left field, and Orsulak right in front of the warning track makes the grab. So Dykstra's out 1 down. That'll bring up Mariano Duncan. Duncan batting at .257.
Nancy Spence in Claymont, Delaware, celebrates on this beautiful 13th birthday.
Ball is right there for a called strike.
And happy birthday to Tom O'Brien in Collingswood, New Jersey.
Now balls and a strike to Mariano Duncan. Straight back, 0-2.
Tony Crutcho celebrates her birthday today.
Bounces the breaking ball up there. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And Aida Karn in Quakertown, 86 today.
His record as a starter overall in the major leagues, he is 4-25. Breaking ball pretty well hit, but at Bonilla in right center field. So the Phillies have hit a couple of balls hard but caught, and the batter will be Ricky Jordan. Jordan batting at .282. Hasn't had much of a chance to play with the presence of Johnny Kruk. Kruk getting the day off along with Aaron Dalton. And Jim Fregosi, a couple of pretty good pinch hitters on that bench if needed. strike to Ricky Jordan. Ball and a strike.
I think Ricky's a guy that suffers a little bit when he doesn't get his enough at-bats.
It's Crucker.
Jordan has been a good pinch hitter.
Ground ball to Saunders, and he throws out Ricky Jordan. A 1-2-3 inning for Anthony Young. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. After one half, Phil's nothing. New York coming to bat.
This is $20,000. This is also $20,000. You'd take care of this, wouldn't you? You should take care of your car just as carefully. Bring it to Jiffy Lube, the only place with the experience of servicing 68 million cars. Considering it your car is worth thousands of dollars, experience counts.
We got experience at Jiffy Lube.
So, I hear you're thinking about buying one of those high-priced sporty luxury cars. Well, they certainly come loaded and sure look great. Before you go off and spend all that money, let me just show you the Oldsmobile 88 Special Edition. It has standard features like anti-lock brakes, cruise, power windows and locks, an airbag, and more. And it costs only $18,995. It's your money.
It's a replica of a 1933 Phillies cap, free from men 15 and over. Compliments of Texaco when the Phillies play the new Florida Marlins Sunday, June 20th at 1:35. Great way to cap off a weekend. Call 463-1000.
Dallas Green's New York Mets lineup today has Darren Jackson in center field leading off. Doug Saunders, the second baseman, bats second. Eddie Murray, first base, hitting third. Bobby Bonilla will be in right field batting fourth. Joe Orsulak, the left fielder, hits fifth. Jeff Kemp, third base, batting sixth. Todd Hundley catching, hitting seventh. Tim Bogart, the shortstop, bats eighth. And batting ninth and pitching Anthony Young. They are facing Ben Rivera.
Gentle Ben, 4 wins, 3 losses, ERA 4.25, averages a little over 6 strikeouts per 9 innings, and a few too many walks. He averages almost 6 walks per 9 innings.
Defensively behind Ben, Kim Baptiste at third base, Mariano Duncan shortstop, Mickey Morandini at second, and Ricky Jordan at first. Todd Pratt doing the catching. In the outfield from left to right, it's Pete Incaviglia, Lenny Dykstra, and Jim Eisenreich. Darren Jackson leads it off. Over from the Toronto Blue Jays in the Tony Fernandez deal. Got hitless in his first game for the Mets last night, 0 for 4. He was hitting .216 at Toronto with 5 home runs. 1 strike to him. Two strikes to him. Good fastball.
Throwing the first 2 right by him.
Might as well stay with it, I guess. Slider that he fouled out of play.
Happy birthday to Eddie Storonis, 50 today in Roxborough.
Curveball just missed, a little bit high. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Ralph Hickson, a birthday, 68 today in Allentown.
It out of play.
And the Golozeski family brought us some chocolate chip cookies. Kathleen and Frank, Danny, Mark, and Katie.
Got him with a deuce, struck him out. Well, that's 1 down, and that'll bring on Doug Saunders. Saunders at Norfolk was hitting .279. A lot of triples, 5 triples.
There's a great curveball right here. Wound up down.
Good bite.
Sound like a dentist. You really have a good bite.
Slammed into left field for a hit. Well, Saunders gets a base hit in his first major league at bat.
He hit the fastball and drilled it. There it is. He's right down the middle of the plate, but he didn't want to look at a pitch in his first at-bat. He's hacking away.
Eddie Murray hitting at .268. Switch hitter bats left here against Rivera. Bell has not pitched all that much lifetime against the Mets. He is 1-0 against New York. 1.64 ERA.
Urban Jeannie Arnold, a 43rd wedding anniversary in Leesport, PA.
He fouls it back. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Eddie Miller, a birthday in Franklinville, New Jersey. And Josephine Bergen in Centralia, PA, 80 today.
Give him a changeup and missed with it. It's 2-1. He balls in a strike to Murray.
And a little eye shadow.
Gooden pitched a good game, but his mates got him no runs last night as Danny Jackson shut him out. Half swing tapper to Duncan. Duncan goes the bag, turns a double play, and that'll retire the side. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, and none left after 1, 0-0.
Completing the rear axle of C-diagram set using a 9-inch gripping wrench. Tighten the C-diagram set to secure the frame extenders to the housing mount. Congratulations, you built a tricycle. While the simplest things can be made complex, the challenge is making the complex simple. But that's what we do at Bell Atlantic Mobile, with straight answers, clear explanations, and with no assembly required. Bell Atlantic Mobile, advanced technology and people who make it mean something.
Mike's the first guy that ever explained life insurance in a way that we could understand it.
Making things clear is the part of my job I like best.
He showed us all of the options that Nationwide has and even helped us choose.
It's training. Seminars and updates. It just never stops at Nationwide.
With life insurance, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And we know Mike.
Agents like Mike are Nationwide.
Nationwide is on your side.
What's he doing? Better humor him.
Okay, I'm here to show you the new Panasonic Palm Quarter camcorder with digital image stabilizer.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
It helps hold the picture steady even when your hand shakes this much. And Palm Quarter tapes can play in any VHS recorder. So why buy a camcorder whose tapes can't play in your VCR?
I don't know.
The choice is obvious. The Panasonic Palm Quarter. Its tapes will play in your VCR.
Doc, great play. After 1 inning of play, the Phillies 0 and New York 0. Upcoming Phillies telecasts include Monday and Tuesday night's game from Olympic Stadium in Montreal, right here on PHL 17 at 7:30. Also on Sports Channel Wednesday night at 7:30. Pete Incaviglia leads off for the Phils, batting .303, 10 home runs. He has knocked in 40.
Happy birthday to Daniel David Decker in Westchester, and to Jenny Falcone in Wayne, who's 70 today.
Incaviglia will be followed by Jim Eisenreich. Fouls it back and out of play.
And we send our best wishes along to Fred Cavill in Norristown, who's recuperating.
Bouncing ball up the middle. Saunders probably should have let the shortstop make the play. Bogar was in position to make the play. It'll be scored a hit for Incaviglia, an infield single. It's going to be a tough throw for Saunders.
Yeah, it was an easier play for the shortstop. You're right, but Saunders got to it sooner. Tried to get it and, you know, make the play in a hurry and just couldn't hang on. Pete doesn't get many infield hits, but he does hustle down that line, and he doesn't have great speed, but he has probably a little better than average for a big man.
On strike to Jim Eisenreich, who's batting at .356. High with it, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Joe Truskowski and Manayunk celebrating a birthday today, and Sarah Snyder, 86 today.
High fly ball center field, easy play for Darren Jackson. Eisenreich is retired, 1 down. We'll bring on Todd Pratt. Pratt hitting him 188. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority. The Phillies may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Phillies. Missing with a slider, 1 ball and no strikes. Nothing game. We're playing in the second. Phil's move from here to Montreal. Terry Mulholland tomorrow night against Jeff Shaw, Tommy Green and Brian Barnes on Tuesday. Kurt Schilling and Ken Hill on Wednesday. Another slider, missed with it.
It's a good slider. He just missed with those first 2 pitches. Friday will be sitting on a fastball.
But it was low, and it's 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes to Todd Pratt. Walked him on 4 pitches. So that'll put 2 men on base with 1 out for Kim Baptiste. Really has done an excellent job since taking over for Dave Hollins. In his 2 starts at third base, he's knocked in 4 runs, including a big RBI last night against Doc Gooden. Hitting at .347. Missing with the slider. Slider, he got that one over. Hundley was crossed up, it looked like. He's going to trot out and talk to Anthony Young. Called a fastball and got a slider.
He changed his signals with a runner on second. Once in a while, the pitcher gets confused. You see Hundley kind of jab at the ball. He was looking fastball.
Ball fouled out of play. He's ahead of Baptiste. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pause for station identification on the Phillies television network.
You're watching Phillies baseball on WPHL TV, Philadelphia.
2 men on base with 1 out, a ball and 2 strikes to Kim Baptiste. Mashes the ball past Jeff Kent into left field. Incaviglia scores. Phillies lead it 1-0 as Kim Baptiste stays hot at the plate.
Shades of Wally Pipp.
Now we know Dave's watching this game. Dave Hollins, we want to send along our very best to Dave. He's missed by everybody on this ball club. He'll have surgery on Tuesday. Wish you all the best, Dave. Look forward to seeing you soon. Dave will be on the next trip with the Phillies. Nothing to Mickey Morandini.
That is really quite amazing what Baptiste has done. These games he started here, he didn't start the first game. Holland started the first game and had to lead right away.
Foul back, 1 ball and 1 strike. Phil's on top, 1-0 here in the second.
Bottom of the batting order in this series has done most of the damage. But the bottom of the batting order isn't too bad. Pretty good hitters down there.
Morandini got a big triple last night against Doc Gooden. He's hitting .232. With it, 3-1. During this 20-game losing streak, bases on balls has certainly hurt Anthony Young. Morandini will look for a fastball to drive here. Hit it foul, full count.
Appears that, you know, he has a good fastball. It doesn't appear to have a lot of movement. It looks fairly straight. And those are the kind that hitters like. Hard and straight.
Struck him out.
He chased a high pitch. Up there by the letters, but that's not a strike. Might have even been a little outside. Just couldn't go out there and get it.
There's Ben Rivera hitting at 125. One after the slider. Slider for a called strike.
Ben doesn't like the slider. Like most pitchers, likes the fastball.
Rivera called out on strikes, and that will retire the side. The Phils get 1 in the inning on 2 hits, no errors, leaving 2. And after 1.5, 1-0 Phils.
Monday at 7:30, Lenny Dykstra and the first-place Phils take off to the Great White North for an Eastern Division showdown with the Montreal Expos. Marcus Grissom and the Expos are looking to close the gap between the two clubs, but Darren Dalton and the Fighting Phils are going to have these Frenchmen flail. It's the Phillies and the Expos live from Olympic Stadium Monday and Tuesday at 7:30, only on PHL 17.
We play the Phillies on 17.
Phils Expos Monday at 7:30.
The Phillies are making fireworks during the games, and we've got 2 spectacular fireworks shows after the San Diego games. Friday, July 2nd, when a doubleheader starts at 4:35, and Saturday, July 3rd at 7:05. Then all kids 14 and under get a free batting helmet when the series wraps up Sunday night, July 4th at 8:05. 2 fireworks spectaculars, free batting helmets, great baseball. Call 463-1000.
June is Ford Truck Month at your Quality Plus Ford dealer, but that doesn't mean you can't save on a new car, especially the #1 car in America, the Ford Taurus, the safety leader with available dual airbags and anti-lock brakes. Now get $1,200 in total savings. Choose from 4 Escort models, the #1 selling small car in America, and pay just one low price. Save on Thunderbird LXs, all at one price that's $4,000 less than last year. Don't miss the great car deals now during your Quality Plus Ford Dealers Truck Month. It's the home of 5 of the top 10 sellers in America.
Any deodorant will do if you're at a standstill. But movers and shakers need the 24-hour power of Speed Stick Antiperspirant. It's 110% protection against wetness and odor. 110% protection from movers and shakers. Speed Stick.
Saturday, it's the Upper Deck Heroes baseball game. The 88-83 NL champion Phillies will be back at Veterans Stadium for a 10th reunion. Mike Schmidt will be on hand. Tug McGraw, Sarge Matthews, Von Hayes, John Denny, Tony Perez, Gary Maddox, and many more against the Major League All-Star team. That'll start at 6 with the Phillies and the Florida Marlins at 7:35. Order your tickets now by calling 463-1000. Bobby Bonilla leads it off, hitting at .259. Tied for second in the league in homers with 16. And he's knocked in 40. 1 strike to Bonilla. Towering fly ball to deep center, but Lenny Dykstra has a beat on it all the way. Fighting the sun, makes the grab, 1 down.
He's telling Incaviglia now about the sun. He'll take the ones over there in left center.
Lenny Dykstra has started every game. He's played every inning except 2. What a job he's done in the outfield and as the leadoff man, leads the league in runs scored. Here's Orsulak hitting at .305. First game, Vince Coleman has not started this year. 1-0 to Orsulak.
Thank Caroline Maher from Chestnut Hill for sending us over some muffins.
Two balls and no strikes to Orsulak. Smothers a foul, first base side, 2-1. Congratulations to the great Cal Rudman. They'll be having several shows for the benefit of children and adults hospitalized in the Delaware Valley called Christmas in June Calaban. Susan Richardson, Lou Marks, and Bobby Burnett be on hand. They'll be at St. Christopher's Hospital for Children tomorrow, Logan Square East on Tuesday, Crestview North Convalescent Center on Wednesday, In-Town Retirement Club Thursday, and Carrion of Voorhees on Friday. That is a Mike Gaffredo production, Whitey.
Ciao.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Orsulak. Continues to foul him off, still 2-2. We're going to have an appearance of Santa Claus for this coming week of events. Christmas in June. Full count to Orsulak with 1 out and no base runners. Phil's lead 1-0. Slugs a foul left field side. He's a tough out lately in the last 11 games, hitting at .371. Another foul ball. Hank and Ben throw a lot of pitches here as he continues to foul them off. Jim Fregosi and Dennis Menke. Broke his bat, hitting a soft grounder to Morandini. Orsulak's retired. That's 2 down, and that'll bring up Jeff Kent. Kent batting at .232.
A lot of changes in the Met lineup, and I guess we'll see a lot of that because Dallas Green is trying to find combinations and mixes. And
yeah, and they still don't really know what's the matter with Howard Johnson. Swelling of the joints. His ailment has not been diagnosed, but he hasn't played this whole series. Two quick strikes to Kent. Missed wide, 1-2. Hits it into deep right center, but Dykstra right there. Lenny makes the grab. That'll retire the side. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. After 2, 1-0 Phillies.
Come make contact with another world. SeaWorld.
This is a request from Oldsmobile to Honda. Please don't raise the price of your Accord DX anymore. Because every time you do, we have to change our Achieva commercials. So ixnay with the price increases. All this re-editing is getting expensive. It's your choice.
Budweiser and the Phillies are celebrating the 4th of July holiday weekend with the Bud Summer Baseball Bash. It's a special tent party outside Veterans Stadium on Monday, July 5th before the Phillies-Dodgers game. Right now, be the 17th caller to 1-800-432-1745 and win 4 tickets to the party and the game. You'll join us for food, music, and surprises, and then watch the Phillies play the Dodgers. It's the Bud Summer Baseball Bash with Budweiser and the Bills. So bring on the Dodgers and bring on the Bud.
It's the 10th reunion of the National League champs. The 83 Phillies play an 83 All-Star team Saturday, June 19th, 6 p.m. in the Heroes of Baseball game, compliments of Upper Deck. Before the Phillies play the Marlins at 7:35. Call 463-1000.
Our trivia question of the afternoon: who played in the World Series in both his rookie season and his last season in the major leagues, 22 years apart? Lenny Dykstra leads it off for the Phils. Dykstra flied out to deep left his first time up. One ball and one strike to Lenny Dykstra. Curve ball in the dirt, 2-1. Nothing Phils. We're playing in the third. Fastball on the outside corner. 2-2. Breaking ball missed, full count. Dykstra is aboard with a leadoff walk. Second walk given up by Anthony Young. Brings on Mariano Duncan. Sunday, June 20th, continuation of the nostalgia-style Phillies baseball caps. This year's model from the 33 uniforms, compliments of Texaco, free for all men 15 and over when the Phillies take on the Florida Marlins. That'll be a week from today at Veterans Stadium. For ticket information, call 463-1000 or stop by one of the many local Ticketmaster locations. 1 ball and no strikes to Duncan. He lined out to right center his first time up. Ball and a strike.
Young has really made some good pitches, but his first walk hurt him. And he's walked Dykstra here to lead off the inning. Maybe he's trying to pitch too fine because his good pitches are great, and his bad pitches, of course, are balls.
One ball and one strike to Mariano Duncan. Dykstra stolen 16 bases. He's been thrown out 4 times.
And he's in the top 10 in walks in the league. The Phillies have 4 players in that top 10. Of course, Hollins is out now for a while. He was one of them.
Pretty good move by Anthony Young, keeping Dykstra close. To left field. Dykstra will hold on at second base. Well, the Phillies have their first 2 men on base here in the third and nobody out. The batter will be Ricky Jordan. Jordan grounded out to second base his first time up. Leads Cincinnati 6-2. They're in the 4th inning at Atlanta.
Reds won the first game of that series and then lost the next 2.
Breaking ball is fouled out of play. Elliott 1 to Ricky Jordan. Boston trying to halt Baltimore's 10-game winning streak. They lead the O's 4-1 in the 4th at Fenway. There are the base runners. Dykstra at second, Duncan at first. Good speed on the bases with nobody out. Jordan swung at an inside pitch and got jammed.
Like he was trying to shove that ball to the right side to move the runners. It's kind of a late swing. That's what he was trying to do, an inside-out swing. But it was a bad pitch high and inside, and he just couldn't get any good wood on it.
Now balls and 2 strikes to Ricky Jordan.
He really give Ricky Jordan a lot of the left field line.
Fouls it back and out of play. Still 0-2 to Ricky Jordan.
For Joe Orsulak way over there in the left center. Now you throw Jordan a breaking ball, he can pull it.
Runners are going. The throw to the trail runner, not in time. A double steal as Jordan strikes out. So Lenny Dykstra gets his 17th stolen base. Mariano Duncan his 3rd.
Dykstra had the big jump, so Hundley decided to try for the man at second. He had no shot at Dykstra at all. Went after Duncan. Throw was high. Duncan made it easily.
So the Philly runners are at second and third with one down for Pete Incaviglia. Incaviglia got an infield single and scored the Phillies run his first time up. Phil's lead 1-0.
That Dykstra would go on contact no matter where the ball was hit, even if it was hit to the third baseman, who's up fairly shallow.
Line drive left field. Orsulak makes the catch. Here comes Dykstra. Orsulak's throw is wide. Lenny scores. Phil's lead 2-0. Dykstra crosses the plate for the 53rd time. Incaviglia drives in his 41st run with a sac fly.
Well, he nailed it, too. It was a low liner that was creamed. Orsulak has a pretty good arm, but he was too deep to throw Dykstra out. Through a rainbow.
Jim Eisenreich flied out to center field his first time up. One ball and no strikes.
Another walk has hurt Young. Dykstra scoring.
There's a base hit to right center field. Duncan will score, and the Phillies lead it 3-0 on the RBI single by Eisenreich. And we'll bring up Todd Pratt.
Eisenreich got that pitch out away from him up. Boy, he's been quite a asset on this.
Certainly is.
Club, offensively and defensively.
Slider for a strike to Pratt, who walked his first time up. A strike to Todd Pratt. Fouls it back 1-2. Phil's lead 3-0. We are in the third inning. To sweep this 4-game set here at Shea. Got him with a breaking ball. That's the 4th strikeout for Young, but the Phillies get 2 runs in the inning on 2 hits. No errors, 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the third, 3-0 Phillies.
The new Lexus GS Luxury Performance Sedan.
It not only corners better than the BMW 535i, but it rides smoother.
Of course, if you still insist on feeling every pebble in the road, be our guest. See the GS at your New Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania area Lexus dealer. The price is within reach, too.
They say everybody has a dream. In this country, it's often about having your own business. AT&T has more ways to take your vision to and from more countries than anyone else. Because AT&T believes the most wonderful product this country's given the world is the American dream. AT&T, far and away the best in the business.
of destruction themselves.
A friend's murder pushes Reno over the edge.
It's between me and the man who did it.
And onto a collision course with the killer. Now Reno's out for revenge.
The stormtrooper stuff is not the way we do it here.
And this time it's personal.
I'm gonna get him my way.
On the next Renegade.
Tonight at 7 on PHL 17. Today's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by Budweiser. Fresh, pure, natural. Proud to be your Bud. By your Quality Plus Ford dealers who invite you to come in and test drive the brand new 1993 Probe. And by Pizza Hut. Call Pizza Hut Delivery now and have your pizza by the 6th inning. Todd Hundley leads it off for New York. He's batting at .231. Switch hitter. All 6 of his home runs have come from the left side, although his average is better right-handed, .321 right-handed. Our trivia question of the afternoon: who played in a World Series in both his rookie season and his last season in the major leagues, 22 years apart? Popped him up. Mickey Morandini waits. Squeezes, one down. Bring on Tim Bogar.
How about Say Hey?
You got it.
Willie Mays.
Tim Bogar. Willie Howard Mays.
I remember the rookie year, of course.
51 New York Giants. And his last year was with those 73 New York Mets. Bogar is hitting a 184. 2 balls and no strikes to Tim Bogar. Phil's lead 3-0. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. Slams it into right field for a hit. That second hit off Ben Rivera, and that'll bring on Anthony Young. Young as a hitter is 0 for 2 this year. Lifetime of 116 hitter.
Well, Dallas will bunt him. Try to bunt him. Try to get something on in the run column.
The shutout by Danny Jackson last night was the first time the Mets had been shut out all year, leaving just the Phillies as the only team in the National League not to have been shut out this season. Gets the bunt down, fielded by Jordan. He'll tag Young in the base path. Moves Bogar up to second. Sacrifice is good by Young. And it'll bring on Darren Jackson, who struck out his first time up.
I would think it'd be kind of tough to go from a contender, the Toronto Blue Jays, to the Mets right now. This is not the greatest of atmosphere around Shea Stadium. In fact, the Tigers are trying to take Toronto out of contention. They're leading 3-0 in their game, trying for a sweep.
Good curveball by Rivera, 1 strike. Jackson might be happy to be back in the National League. He was struggling for Toronto at .216 with just 5 homers. Had a good year last year at San Diego.
And the year before had a good year. He really looked like he could be a good ball player.
Bouncing ball to Mariano Duncan. Jackson out, so are the Mets in the 3rd. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. Andy Musser and Chris Wheeler join you in the 4th after 3-0 Phils.
This is your world, genuine and true, working together in all that you do, and you're giving
highly sensitive microphones, and even stethoscopes were used to isolate noises in the new Intrepid. Triple sealed doors, specially designed tires, and a unique muffler system were used to quiet them. You said your next car had to be quiet.
Excuse me.
And boy, did we listen. Intrepid. This changes everything.
Now let's go to the Skywatch traffic counter for a look at the rush hour. Boy, you've got quite a mess out there this morning, folks. People merging on the northbound, causing all kinds of problems. Expect major delays. Inbound looking real slow. We got a stalled vehicle in the right-hand lane, backing things up all the way past the interchange. Westbound real heavy this morning. Watch for a delivery truck blocking both north and southbound lanes.
If the prospect of another rush hour is less than amusing to you, get together to get to work.
Wednesday, June 23rd, Phillies have a date with the Braves at 12:35. It's the second midweek midday baseball game of the year. Compliments of Mellon PSFS. Order your tickets and make your excuses now. Call 463-1000 or stop by the Center City ticket office at Mellon PSFS, Broad and Chestnut Streets. 3-0 Phillies. Kim Batiste leads it off for the Phils, and he's had a part of it. He singled in a run today, and he's really had quite a series. He double homer run last night. He homered here on Friday night and wound up knocking in 3 runs in that ball game. Young misses with a curve, 1-1. That's what happens, Wheels. You got a good team. You lose Dave Hollins, and his sub comes in and helps you out.
Phillies have had that kind of year, Andy. Everybody they plug in seems to do a job for them, and Batiste has done a terrific job so far this weekend.
Joe Millette had a chance to play 1 game in this series, and he knocked in a run.
You don't win and win the way the Phillies are winning with the same guys doing it over and over. It takes a lot of different people to do these things. There's Joe Millette, who had a good ball game here the other night.
Two balls and 2 strikes on Batiste. Bottom third of the order. Morandini and Rivera to follow. Kim chased one. He will do that from time to time, and Young took advantage of it. Young gets his 5th strikeout.
Well, Young has a good hard breaking ball against right-handed batters, and when he throws it that way and he's ahead in the count, he can get people out.
Here's Morandini. He struck him out the first time they met today. Mickey is 4 for 13 in his career facing Young. Hits one high to right field, giving chase Bonilla, and he gets there. Bobby Bowe on his horse to run that one down. He had some ground to cover.
Ball was down and into Morandini. Bonilla is playing him way over in right center, but it hung in the air a long time, and Bonilla had a chance to get out. In fact, he was coasting. He almost overran it at the end. He had gotten there so quickly.
Base is empty. 2 outs. Here's Ben Rivera out on a called 3rd strike, his first time up today. And Young catches a corner with that one, although Ben doesn't think so. Ben's one of the best bunters around. He has 8 sacrifices to lead all pitchers. The only guy in the league who has bunted over more runners than Rivera is the esteemed Jay Bell, who's made a living off doing that for the Pirates.
Yeah, and he's a 2-hole hitter.
Right. And doesn't do nearly as much as he once did. The Pirates don't play that kind of game the way they used to. Infield pop-up, and Young wants it, but now he's being called off by the catcher. Hundley makes the play, and down go the Phillies. Phillies lead 3-0.
Anybody seen a red-headed girl in a green dress?
He's born to be wild.
Ow!
He's born to be cool.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all beautiful people.
And now he's born to run.
Help! I've been deported!
Cheech Marin.
I was born in East LA!
Today at 4 on PHL 17.
For the first time ever, the expansion Florida Marlins come to the Vet Thursday, June 17th and Friday, June 18th. Then the Upper Deck Heroes play Saturday, June 19th before the Marlins game. And it's a free vintage 1933 baseball cap for all men, Sunday, June 20th at 1:35. Order your tickets in advance. Call 463-1000.
Look, a rainbow! Where? Over there! Oh, there! Don't you see it? I can, through my Panasonic Palm Quarter color viewfinder.
Where? I hardly noticed it through my black and white viewfinder, but I'm sure I got it on tape.
Great, let's go see. Do your camcorder tapes play in a VHS recorder?
No.
Oh, well, my camcorder tapes will.
Oh.
Why didn't you just get a camcorder?
I don't know.
The choice is obvious. The Panasonic Palmcorder. Its tapes will play in your VCR.
Good afternoon. I'm Neil Hartman with a sports break. In the American League this afternoon, they're just underway in Kansas City. We're at 0-0 in the first. 3-1 Minnesota leads Oakland in the first. In the third inning, on Tony Phillips' 3-run home run, Detroit leads Toronto 3-0 in the third. Boston 4, Baltimore 2 in the fifth. California and Seattle 4:05 start. Milwaukee and Texas have home games later on tonight. It's now 3-0 Phillies. We're going to the bottom of the fourth. Here's Andy Musser and Chris Wheeler back at Shea Stadium.
All right, Neil, kind of pity you being cooped up in the studio today. It's such a gorgeous day outside here at Shea Stadium. The fans are watching from even across the way. They get a chance to check out this ball game over at the subway station. Yeah. The number 7 train. Saunders hitting a high fly to right field. He has seen 2 big league pitches now, and he has singled and flied to right. I guess he's not a taker, huh?
Guess you write down first ball, fastball hitter on him.
Looks like it.
First baseman, Eddie Murray.
Eddie Murray comes up, and Murray grounded into a double play off a check swing the first time up. You get Murray on a check swing and you get 2 outs, you know you're having a good day. Murray's next run batted in will tie him with Mike Schmidt for 21st place on the all-time RBI list.
Ben has a really good fastball today. He came right out throwing it to the leadoff man, Darren Jackson, and he has a good command of his curveball so far. When he has those 2 pitches going, he can be very competitive.
I wonder if we're building another Carlton McCarver situation here. Todd Pratt catching him as he did in Cincinnati when Ben had his best game of the year. Timmy made a lot of money out of that.
Yeah, he did. He got a lot of publicity out of that thing. Well, what they're doing is, you know, I have to give Dalton a day off, and it just kind of fell on a Sunday, a day game. So they give him the day off, and Pratt had caught Rivera well 2 starts ago, so Fregosi decided to go with it. Phillies keep winning with Jimmy wearing that jacket, so he's going to stay with it.
I'm going to ask you, is it chilly here today, or am I missing something? Fly to left field. Incaviglia makes the play 2 out.
Noticed last night, too, that O'Brien caught good, and he's been doing a lot of that in the last couple years.
Phillies' next homestand starts on Thursday. Those red-hot Florida Marlins are in for 4 games, including the Upper Deck Heroes game Saturday at 6, and a week from today, Cap Day for men. Then the Braves for 3, and that culminates with the business person special Wednesday the 23rd at 12:35. Bonilla fly ball to right field, but there's room for Eisenreich over, and a 1-2-3 inning. And after 4, 3-0 Phillies.
It's out there. Tonight's winning daily number is out there. So what are you waiting for? Get out there and play it. The Pennsylvania Lottery's daily number. Don't forget to play every day.
From 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue to right here in Pennsylvania, people are searching for new choices in healthcare.
The costs are strangling me.
Which inspired Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield to create the new personal choice.
It seems like you always have to give something up.
A health plan that gives people the benefits of an HMO.
No one has the right to tell me what doctor I can see.
Without asking them to give up their freedom. Personal choice, the health plan that controls costs, not people.
here's how they scored. It's all Phillies so far in the second inning. A hit by Incaviglia, a walk, and then Batiste RBI hit. Makes it 1-0 in the third inning. Lenny Dykstra a walk, Duncan a single, double steal. 1 out later, Pete Incaviglia's sacrifice fly RBI, and then Jim Eisenreich added an RBI single. 2 runs in that inning, and 3-0 right now, Andy.
Okay, Wheels, and here's Lenny Dykstra. He triggered that 2-run third inning, as you just mentioned. Ball hit in the air to center, but right at Jackson. Darren almost came in too far. Wind started to push that back a little bit, and Jackson nearly overran it. 1 pitch and 1 out in the 5th.
Well, the ball's really carrying today to the outfield. A day game here at Chase Stadium, a lot like in San Diego where he used to play. The ball would really carry in the daytime there, and he did almost overrun that.
Mariano Duncan, 1 for 2, single, run scored, and stolen base. Curveball, it's inside, ball 1. Mariano, an everyday player now. He's going to be the shortstop during the time that Dave Hollins is out. Joe Millette around to back up. Backhand play for Kent. He picks it up. His throw goes into the stands. Safe at first base is Duncan. It was a nice stop by Kent, but a terrible throw.
Phillies are trying to get second base out of that, but the ball hit on the facing over there, and then it looked like it rolled along it. So, and a fan evidently didn't touch it. Here comes Fregosi out now. Well, watch the replay, because they really think that they should get second on the play. Kent makes a pretty good play, but he gets his feet all messed up before he goes to throw, and that makes the throw go high. And now the ball goes along the box seats down there, and we couldn't see really what happened. Fregosi thought that maybe a fan touched it and Duncan should get second, but he's going to lose the argument. Here's the throw right here again, and you see how high it is. Murray has no chance.
And they have scored that a hit? That is not a hit, friends.
Right there. See, a fan touched that thing.
Yeah.
They're right. I thought a fan touched it. And evidently Bruce Fremming didn't see that. Duncan should have been allowed to go to second on the play.
He gets an infield single. Ricky Jordan line single to right field, and Duncan stops at second base on Jordan's hit. First and second with 1 out.
Well, Mariano Duncan gets credit for a hit, Andy, as you said, and he's one of the all-time great Sunday hitters in Phillies history. Always seems to get a lot of hits. Ricky gets jammed, but he's so strong, and he has that inside-out swing. He'll fight those balls off to right field, and Dallas Green saying, you believe those 2 hits in this inning.
Dallas has just sent Mel Stottlemyre out to the mound. I don't think there's any question, but Dallas knew what he was getting into when he came over here. He knew this wasn't going to be easy, and I think that more than anything else is why he demanded a couple of years on his contract.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you. The only thing is that I think that he didn't realize it was this bad. I think he knew this was not a good situation, but I don't think he had any idea that it was going to be this horrible when he got up here. And, I mean, they really almost need to totally rebuild this ball club, and I don't think he saw that happening. There's Mike Maddox, the former Phil, getting up.
Pete Incaviglia is the batter. He's had a perfect day. Broken bat infield single and sacrifice fly run batted in. Phillies lead 3-0. Inky has scored 1 and driven 1 in. Here we have 2 on with 1 out.
Send get well wishes along to Sal Robbins in Presbyterian Hospital, father of our good friend Johnny Robbins from Hi-Fi House. Sal recuperating from some surgery and hope he feels better real soon and gets back home.
Young, like a lot of pitchers, slows down when he gets in trouble. Broken back ground ball to short. They get an out there, and they get another out there. Incaviglia into a double play to end the inning. No runs, 2 hits, 1 man left. Phillies lead 3-0.
I've built about 65 golf courses since I started. And for the golfers around the world, that seems to be enough. As I build a golf course, I really don't have a whole vision of what's going to happen when I start. Like here at the Tournament Players Club, this is the home of the pros, and this is their golf club, and they are a little more demanding. When the golfer steps up the first tee here, all he has is great expectations. And that brings him back. It's expectation. Oh, I'm the most frustrated person in the world when I play my own golf courses. The American Express card is welcomed at all these TPC golf clubs, and it does just as much for the bad golfer as it does for the good golfer.
American Express reminds you the card is welcomed at all kinds of golf courses. And Pete reminds you to keep your head down.
They say everybody has a dream. In this country, it's often about having your own business. AT&T has more ways to take your vision to and from more countries than anyone else. Because AT&T believes the most wonderful product this country's given the world is the American dream. AT&T, far and away the best in the business.
Today's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide is on your side. Your Nationwide agent in Westchester is Herbert Musgrove. Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages, no other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic company. And by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians. We go to the bottom half of the fifth inning. The Phillies are ahead 3-0. And Joe Orsulak leads it off for the New York Mets. Orsulak had a big game here on Friday night, went 3 for 3, including a home run. He also walked to make it a perfect night. Today, 0 for 1, a ground ball to second base. Orsulak hitting at .303. He was in a platoon in center field with Gallagher. Now they have Darren Jackson, and Orsulak probably wondering how they're going to use him. Of course, when they got him in the offseason, he was supposed to be a platoon player or extra part, really. He was a guy that was playing at Baltimore and doing a pretty good job there, but had no offers. 3-0 on him.
He's always been a pretty good extra man, too. He can run a little bit, and he's always been a good outfielder.
Orsulak draws the first walk given out by Rivera.
Rivera's had great control this afternoon. He's been right around the plate, and Orsulak just went up there and looked like he was going to stand there until he threw him a strike, and he didn't.
He never did. So with Sherlock Holmes looking on.
What kind of pipe is that thing?
I don't know.
Let's see if Whitey has one of those kind. He's got his radio.
He's got a lot of strange paraphernalia there. So maybe that's a radio pipe.
That's what it is. Yes.
Jeff Kent is the batter. I don't know what he's smoking in that thing, Wheels, but he doesn't want anybody to see it.
Well, he looks happy. Hey, it's New York. You can see a lot. Think how many people the other day when it was 90 degrees. I'm walking down the street. I saw 2 guys with ski caps and parkas on.
Well, that's probably because they had no place to park them. Breaking ball. There's a double play grounder. They get one. They get the other one. That's the 4th double play by the Phillies infield in the last 2 games.
Phillies have been playing very well defensively in this series also. That was something they had a lot of trouble with for a while. And they're catching the ball well now. You have to make these plays because they're room service double play ball right there. Just a matter of turning the thing over and getting your pitcher out of trouble. And that can give a guy like Rivera a big lift. But Mariano Duncan making a good pivot there. Mickey gave him a good toss.
Here's Hundley. Strike. Hundley 0 for 1. A pop-up out to Mickey Morandini. Phillies ahead 3-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Mets have lost their last 5 and 8 of their last 9.
And the Phillies have won 15 out of 19.
You know what's interesting, too, Will, is the Phillies have not run off any long winning streaks. They don't have an 8-gamer or a 10-gamer or anything like that, but they also never lose more than 1 or 2 at a time, 2 being the tops all year.
Twice.
Most they've ever lost in a congested period is 3 of 4. They've done that twice. In the air to center, should be caught. Dykstra flips the glasses down. He's out. Down go the Mets. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. And after 5, 3-0 Phillies.
It's a round world, genuine and true. It keeps on spinning, and you always come through. And you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud. Budweiser. Proud to be your bud. Proud
child, you were told we're all created equal. But now that you're a little older, you see things a bit differently. The new Lexus GS Luxury Performance Sedan. It's roomier, quieter, and rides smoother than cars costing thousands more. Maybe we are all created equal, but it doesn't have to stay that way. See your New Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania area Lexus dealer for treatment that's unequaled.
Finding a credit card you can expect more from is a simple process of elimination. First, blow up all the cards with the highest rates. Then the ones that don't offer fixed or variable rate options, worldwide acceptance, and 24-hour customer service. And what about price assurance? Satisfaction guaranteed, purchase protection, and extended warranties at no extra charge. So, what's left? Chemical Bank MasterCard. If you have one, use it. If not, call 1-800-245-0880 to apply.
Well, after 5 innings, you see the pitching, and Ben Rivera has the best of it right now. He's only faced 1 over the minimum because of the 2 double play balls. 2 hits for Rivera, 1 walk and a strikeout. Young has given up 6 hits. He has walked 1, struck out 5, and the Phillies have scored 3 runs off Anthony Young, Andy, and lead the game 3-0.
And Young still on the mound. They had some bullpen action last inning, but he got out of it on a double play ground ball himself, so Young continues in the ball game. You know that Dallas doesn't want to go to his bullpen either. The Mets bullpen has also had a rocky time of it this year.
We'd like to send congratulations along to Phillies bat boy Anthony Fanuto, graduated from Haverford High School today. Nice going, Anthony. We'll see you next week when we get home, or later this week when we get back.
Is this guy a scout? I mean, maybe he's also a photographer. This guy can go any number of directions.
When he walks into an electronics store, boy, those salesmen's eyes light up.
And that is a pipe, because I saw smoke coming out of there. That's not a radio. Just kidding about that. Eisenreich to lead it off. Eisenreich with an RBI single and 2 at-bats, a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Jim, leading off the 6th inning. Punch towards short, stays in the air. Line drive caught by Bogart. 1 out. Todd Pratt coming up. Todd has walked and struck out. Well, now there's a brand new part season ticket plan. See the National League teams once after July 1st, 13 games in all. You can pick 1 game from each of the remaining series, and then you'll get the benefits of being a season ticket holder. Plus, you'll be the first on the list to pick your permanent seats for '94. Don't miss out on this second chance to be a Phillies season ticket holder. Call the Phillies sales office at 463-5000. Ground ball. Kent with a nice stop. He throws from the ground. Base hit for Pratt. Now that one was a hit. You don't blame Kent on that one. He did a nice job there. Infield single for Pratt.
Pratt's taking a long walk down that line, and hopefully he didn't re-injure his ankle, because he had kind of a funny movement as he got to that bag on the low throw, and he's limping a little bit coming back to first. Here's Kent, made a terrific play on the ball and then threw from his knee. And watch Pratt. See how he, right there, he made kind of a funny step at the bag, and he kept going down the line, and he appears to be okay. The Phillies are just getting him back and sure don't want to lose him again.
He's at first with 1 away for Kim Batiste. RBI single and strikeout is Kim's log today. Hard hit ball. Another nice stop by Kent. Play to second. They get an out. Return to first. That's an outstanding double play for the New Yorkers. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. Go to the bottom of the 6th. 3-0 Phillies.
Okay, panel. How can you recognize the genuine Yellow Pages?
It has a yellow cover.
Good.
It says a Belle of Pennsylvania on the front?
Right.
It has more choices inside.
Yes! That's how you tell a genuine article from mere imitators. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
The genuine Belle of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. 9 out of 10 use it. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic Company.
Recently, an object was sighted.
It was big. Bigger than big.
Huge, huge, large, astronomically big.
Big would be an understatement.
Very big. Huge.
Some guy. Big. Huge.
When it arrives, you better not be alone.
Bigfoot.
Pizza Hut.
From Pizza Hut. 2 square feet of pizza, 21 slices on a tasty new crust, $10.99 for up to 3 toppings. It's bigger than pizza. Bigfoot from Pizza Hut, a legendary value.
We know how to help you save on Dodge Caravan during the National Minivan Sale. Take this one. You can get over $1,800 in total savings, including air and no extra charge with the Family Value Package. Or check out this loaded Grand Caravan LE with $2,600 in total savings, including sale prices on some of our most popular luxury options. Only at the Minivan Store. See your nearest Dodge dealer. We know how to help.
Today's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by your local Dodge dealers. Come in today because we know how to help. And by the Bell Atlantic Mobile, advanced technology and people who make it mean something.
Boy, Kent has spent a lot of time in the dirt today. He's diving all over the place. Now he dives to his left, robs Batiste of a base hit. And then they turn a snappy double play here. Saunders with a good pivot and throws Batiste out at first. Good defense you can play right there.
Well, it was, and so this game is moving right along. It's the bottom of the 6th inning, 3-0 Phillies.
And they're going to lift Anthony Young, it would appear, because McKnight has moved into the on-deck circle, and Maddox continues to warm up in the bullpen.
The hitter is Bogar, 1-for-1, single rolled through on the right side. Top foul out of play. There's McKnight. He will bat for Anthony Young. Bogar is going to play short for a while unless the Mets make another move. Now that they have traded Tony Fernandez. A bunt by Bogar, but it's foul and it's no balls and 2 strikes on it.
There is Anthony Young, who, depending on what the Mets do in this inning, could be in trouble again.
Or if they rally later in the ballgame and take him off the hook. But right now he is facing loss number 21 in a row. Unless. Curveball for a called 3rd strike. Bogar takes a seat. That's Ben Rivera's 2nd strikeout. He struck off the leadoff batter and now picks up number 2. And here comes McKnight.
Anthony Young just has that depressed look, and why not? I mean, you've lost 20 straight. You're approaching a major league record, which is 23. That's probably one of those records that, well, that'll never be broken. And he's starting to sneak up on it. And they keep running him out there, and nothing much happens positively for him, that's for sure.
Here's McKnight batting .125, 1 home run, 4 runs batted in. He's been in the starting lineup the last couple of games. That major league record you talk about, the Boston Braves back in 1910 and 1911 had a fellow named Cliff Curtis who lost 23 straight games, and that is the ML record. Two balls and no strikes on McKnight. McKnight also an infielder, but not a great glove man, and judging by a 125 average, maybe not a great bat either.
Well, he's been another one of those guys they've had in their farm system. They keep running up and down, and that they had hoped for at one time. And Chris Donalds was another one that's now gone, and they just haven't been able to produce.
One thing about McKnight, he is versatile as the count goes to 3-1. He can play about anywhere. He even had an appearance at catcher here recently.
There's our boy again with an interesting scorecard.
That man is busy, if nothing else. How long would it take him to get dressed in the morning? There's ball 4, the second walk issued by Rivera.
I don't know. He probably needs help.
I would imagine.
You got to put the pipe here, and you put this over here, and this goes, and that button goes on here.
Got to have a valet for that. Back to the top of the order. Here is Darren Jackson.
Looks like somebody you see walking around Times Square.
Darren Jackson still looking for his first New York hit. Foul out of play. He struck out and grounded to short today.
Jackson loves to hit the ball middle in and up, especially hard stop. And the Phillies have seen enough of him with, especially San Diego, when he turned into a pretty good power hitter. They're staying away from the middle of the plate to him, especially middle in. That's where he'll really hurt you.
Let's pause here for station identification. The Phillies Television Network.
You're watching Phillies baseball on WPHL TV, Philadelphia.
Andy Musser with Chris Wheeler here at Shea Stadium, and the Phillies lead this one 3-0. All the things the Phillies have accomplished this year, they have not had a 4-game sweep in a series. And to think that they're on the brink of getting one on the road is really something. Even over a team that's on hard times, that is a considerable accomplishment. Curveball, he got him. Jackson strikes out for the second out of the inning, and Ben's third strikeout.
He set him up with a breaking ball before that because he threw it at him. This one he throws down the middle and it breaks away. Watch how it goes away from him and down in a hurry. That's the thing about Ben's curveball, is it has so much downward movement that hitters have a tendency to swing over it when he has a good one the way he has today.
Now Ben will work on Doug Saunders.
There's the guy who taught it to him. I mean, Johnny Podres, you give Johnny Podres a major league arm and he can help him.
There's the first pitch that Saunders has taken.
Johnny's a firm believer. If you give him a pitcher that has a major league fastball, they can work together, and then he can help them with some of the other stuff. If they don't have a major league fastball, he can't do a whole lot with them.
A pop-up, and it'll get out of play. Saunders playing his first major league game. You know, these two players the Mets brought up, well, I shouldn't say brought up in the case of Jackson, but in the case of Saunders, they gave him low uniform numbers, indicating that, you know, they have some hope for them.
Buddy Harrelson wore that number for a long time with the Mets, number 2.
That's high. 2 balls and a strike on Saunders. He was not with the club in spring training this year. He is not in the Mets media guide. But Saunders was having a decent year down at Norfolk. He was batting .279 there. The Mets drafted him in '88 as the 3rd-round pick that year. And he gets his second hit. Ben Rivera lost his glove. Did he throw it out of there, or did it fall off on the follow-through?
What he did was he kind of just threw his hand back to see if he could catch the ball going by, which he couldn't, and it looked like the glove flew off.
Well, this is the first time in the game the Mets have had multiple runners.
See right there? He just throws his hand back. Well, maybe it'll stick in the glove, but he wound up with a bare hand instead.
You cannot throw your glove at a ball in an attempt to catch it. 2 on with 2 outs. As we say, the first time the Mets have had more than 1 runner at a time today, and Eddie Murray grounded into a double play and flied to left.
Mets have only retired 3 uniform numbers in their history: Gil Hodges, Casey Stengel, and of course Tom Seaver. 14, 37, and 41.
He swung. Strike 1 on Murray. I wonder if someday they might not think about retiring Keith Hernandez's number. He had a great career here.
Yes, he sure did. Gary Carter had a tremendous career here in New York.
Well, there's another one. Number 8. Inside corner, a strike, and it's 0-2 on Murray. Speaking of retired numbers, Murray's number is retired. Obviously not here. He's wearing it. But in Baltimore, they've retired the number of an active player. That's not all that frequent. It's happened a few times, and Murray is one of the recent examples.
They went fastball away, fastball into him. Let's see what they try now. Fastball away again. He just missed with it.
Ben Rivera's been in charge. 3 hits he's given up and walked 2. Little topper, it's a foul ball. Ben charging over just in case it stayed fair.
Well, they're in a little bit of a pattern now with Murray. I mean, they went fastball away, fastball in, fastball away, fastball in on 4 pitches. See if Pratt decides to go with something off speed. Murray is a not always a guess hitter. I mean, with 2 strikes on him, he'll be a guy that can pick up a pattern if you're trying to do something with him. And if they go fastball away, he might just be looking to knock the ball the other way. And he has a fairly, well, they're playing a little bit towards left center. He's got a bigger gap in right center.
Fouled off Pratt, and Pratty takes a Pratt fall, huh?
But they came back inside. They went away from the in-out pattern and decided to come back inside. And that's a good move because Murray might have been looking away. See how he sets up in. Wants a fastball in above the hands, preferably to Murray. And Murray fouls it off and gets Pratt on the shin guard. The wise old sage looks on. He doesn't miss a trick.
Dennis Menke, the hitting coach. They've done a great job. So have the other coaches, for that matter.
Yeah, it's a really good coaching staff.
Murray, a high bouncer. In through for a hit. Scoring on the play is McKnight. Sanders goes to third. And Murray has just tied Mike Schmidt on the all-time RBI list.
Murray had a really good at-bat there, and Ben Rivera pitched him tough. And he just got one of those little hippity hops up the middle. It looked like one of the infielders were going to be able to get to that and keep it in the infield and not let a run score. I think the ball went down. Now let's see what we can tell on here. Nah, they couldn't get there. They just couldn't get to it.
Mets left with runners at first and third. Still 2 outs in the inning. The walk hurts Rivera. He walked McKnight with 1 out, and Jeff's in the dugout with the afternoon's first run for New York. It's a 3-1 game. And now Bonilla comes up. And you've got the tying runs on base. Bobby Bo 0 for 2. A pair of fly balls. 1 to center and 1 to right.
He's looking first ball, fastball out in this series.
And there it is, but he bounces it out to Morandini, who makes the play, and no further damage is done. 1 run, 2 hits, 2 men left. Harry Callis and Rich Ashburn rejoin us in the 7th inning. It's 3-1 Phillies.
It's often taken for granted, yet it's as precious as the very air we breathe. It's called freedom. And it's what inspired Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield to create the new personal choice, a health plan that offers people the low costs of an HMO without asking them to give up what they value most, their freedom. Personal choice, the health plan that controls costs, not people.
This is your world, genuine and true, working together in all that you do, and you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud. Budweiser. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud. Ooh, yeah. Proud to be your. Proud to be your bud.
If you want a tough #1 selling American-built truck, and you've waited for the best time to buy your new truck, then see your Quality Plus Ford dealer now during Ford Truck Month. Now F-Series pickups come with Preferred Care, the best roadside service program available, all at no extra charge. Plus, you can qualify for an extra $500 cash back now on F-Series pickups. Hurry, Ford Truck Month. Ends soon. See your Quality Plus Ford dealer today.
You better hit the ground running in a new Ford truck.
The Phillies get down to business against the Braves Wednesday, June 23rd, 12:35 in a midweek business person special compliments of Mellon DSFS. Fun in the sun. Pitching against power. Call 463-1000.
After 6 innings of play, it's the Phils 3 and New York 1. Today at 4, when Cheech Marin is mistakenly identified as an illegal alien and deported to Mexico, he stops at nothing to prove he was born in East L.A., only on PHL 17. Mike Mannix is the new pitcher for New York as Anthony Young is out of there. Young can't win it. He could lose it. He's trailing 3-1. And Maddox is appearing in his 24th game. He's been disappointing for the Mets this year. No wins, 5 losses, a 5.58 ERA. He does have 2 saves. He's pitched 30 2/3 innings, 29 hits, 19 earned runs, 24 strikeouts, and 15 walks. Mickey Morandini will be the first one to face Maddox here in the 7th. Greets him with a base hit to center field. Well, Morandini picking up his first hit. Thing on Ben Rivera will try to move him along. Ben is second in the league in sacrifices. He's sacrificed 8 times. He's behind only Jay Bell of Pittsburgh, who has 10 sacks.
And Jay Bell is only behind Juan Bell in the All-Star voting.
Yeah.
Kind of makes you wonder about the voters, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Bunts through this one. 0-1.
There's an awful lot of movement on that Met infield. Kent, the third baseman, looking right down his throat. Eddie Murray charging. Second baseman moving towards first. Shortstop moving towards second.
But he gets it down again. That's 9 sacrifices for Ben Rivera. He's a good punter. Always gets that runner over. That'll bring on Lenny Dykstra. Lenny's fly to deep left, walked and lined out to center. He has stolen the base and scored a run. Phillies leading 3-1 here in the 7th. One strike to Dykstra. Breaking ball, missing with it, 1-1. Fastball misses, 2-1. That's got Mike Maddox from San Diego for pitcher Roger Mason and minor league pitcher Mike Freitas. Dykstra pops the breaking ball foul and out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
See that grip with the seams. Some pitchers throw it across the seams.
Struck him out with a breaking ball. That's 2 down, and that'll bring on Mariano Duncan.
And he had a good curveball to hit there. He knew it. Barreled the bat above the ball a little bit.
Duncan's 2 for 3. Gives him a breaking ball.
That's about all he's thrown. See Dykstra one fastball off the plate. Morandini got a hit on a fastball.
Curveball hit to shortstop Bogar. Duncan is retired. So are the Phillies in the 7th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. Here at the bottom of the 7th, 3-1 Phillies.
On Renegade. It's them, the Dukes of Destruction themselves.
A friend's murder pushes Reno over the edge.
It's between me and the man who did it.
And onto a collision course with the killer. Now Reno's out for revenge.
The stormtrooper stuff is not the way we do it here.
And this time it's personal.
I'm gonna get him my way.
On the next Renegade.
Tonight at 7 on PHL 17.
If you live to punch, lift, run, kick, serve, sweat, volley, catch, dive, jump, reject, dominate, and celebrate, try new Powerade, the official sports drink of the Olympic Games, with 33% more carbohydrates for energy than Gatorade, and great taste, so you can pick up, slam down, and soak in all 32 ounces. Powerade, more power to you.
Al Bundy tells you how to prepare for your driving test.
I've been driving for 20 years. I don't have to study.
It's a sure thing.
I passed. I failed.
Al joins the ranks of the walking wounded.
Being without a license, does it make you feel like less than a man?
No, son, that's your mother's job.
On the next Married with Children.
Tomorrow at 6:30 on PHL 17.
Hello, I'm Dick Vermeil. Will exercise lower colon cancer risk? Studies show that regular exercise decreases bowel cancer by as much as 50%. Get up, get out, get active, get healthy.
The Phillies scored in the first inning on a RBI single by Kim Baptiste. They scored 2 in the third. On an RBI sacrifice fly by Incaviglia, and then an RBI single by Eisenreich. Mets scored their run in the bottom of the 6th on a single by Eddie Murray.
Joe Orsulak leading it off for the Mets here in the bottom of the 7th. Orsulak is grounded out and walked. Just missing with the breaking ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Smothers the curveball foul. 1-2. Upstairs with the fastball. 2-2.
Phillies starters have gone 25 straight innings, 2 complete games. Schilling and Jackson last night.
Ground ball to Ricky Jordan. He'll make the play himself. Orsulak is retired.
And Ben Rivera has gone all the way so far in this ball game.
Last time Jim Fregosi had to use his bullpen was Thursday. Tommy Green had to be taken out in the 2nd. And the Phils came back to win that game. There's Tita Green, who's anxious to get back out there in Montreal on Tuesday. 1 strike to Jeff Kent. He's flied out and grounded into a double play. Well hit to deep left. This ball's out of here. Home run, Kent. Number 5, and it's a 3-2 game. Phil's lead down to a run.
It looked like an off-speed pitch.
I think it was a changeup.
Straight changeup, I believe. Here it is. Down and in.
Yeah, I think straight change. He doesn't throw many changes at all. He's thrown a few of them this game. Most of them he's thrown before that when he's bounced up there. Johnny Padres is going to have a word with Ben Rivera.
It's you know, it's a good pitch, a change-up. You wonder why you throw it, though, when the guy who's hitting hasn't been getting around on your hard stuff.
David West and Larry Anderson start throwing in the Phillies bullpen.
Close game all of a sudden, 3-2.
One ball and no strikes to Hundley. Jeff Innes, the right-hander up in New York's bullpen. There's a hit to right by Hundley. Well, Rivera, who has not pitched a complete game, in a little trouble here in the 7th. He has a 1-run lead. Runner at first, 1 down. Chico Walker has moved into the on-deck circle to bat for the pitcher, Mike Maddox. Bogar has singled, and he has struck out. Line drive left field. Incaviglia makes the grab. It's out number 2. And it'll bring up Chico Walker as a pinch hitter. So Chico Walker coming on. Switch hitter will bat left here against Rivera. Hitting .227, batting a lot better right-handed than left. .370 right-handed, just .146 left-handed. As a pinch hitter, he's 5 for 24. Very high. 1 ball and no strikes to Walker. Again, 2-0.
If he loses Walker, he might.
I think he's out of here.
Gone.
Yep.
Larry Anderson probably.
3-0.
Let your fingers do the walking.
Yeah. Tony Padres on the bullpen phone asking if he just mouthed Anderson is ready. Got that one over. 3-1.
Ben doesn't have the mustard on his fastball he had a couple innings ago, and could be getting a little tired. He hasn't gone that many innings.
Full count to Chico Walker. The 2 outs the Mets have recorded in this inning have been hard hit balls, both of them. Well, this pitch will either keep Ben in the game or he'll be out of the game. Full count. Fly ball to deep right, but Eisenreich has room at the warning track. Makes the grab, and that will retire the side. The Mets get a run on a homer by Kemp. 2 hits, no errors, leaving 1. After 7, 3-2 Phillies.
This is your world, genuine and true. Working together in all that you do, and you're giving it your best.
It's pretty safe to say that nobody's going to award us the Nobel Prize for designing a filtering system for Sunoco gasoline. But what this filter does is keep the tiny particles that can find their way into gasoline from finding their way into your engine. We've been told we're a tad on the obsessive side. Tell that to the guy on the side of the road with a clogged fuel line.
First, Roy Rogers introduced their juicy bacon cheeseburger on sourdough bread. Then they introduced Roy's real roast beef on sourdough bread. And now there's Roy's great tasting sourdough grilled chicken sandwich with Monterey Jack cheese and Hellman's Dijonnaise. Yep, looks like Roy's sandwiches are really on a roll.
I thought you said they were on sourdough bread.
I did.
He said roll.
Yeah, roll. That's what he said. You see, that I was right.
Roll bread.
What do you mean roll bread? There's no such thing as a roll.
Roy Rogers.
Today Today's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by Budweiser, the king of beers, who reminds you friends know when to say when. By AT&T, because you're not the same as anybody else. There's the I-Plan. And by Jiffy Lube, America's favorite oil change. Jeff Innes is the new pitcher for New York, coming on here for Mike Maddox. Innes appearing in his 28th game, no wins, 2 losses. He has 1 save, 4.23 ERA. He's pitched 27 2/3 innings, given up 33 hits, 13 earned runs, 11 strikeouts, and 12 walks. Ricky Jordan will be the first one to face him. Jordan is 1 out of 3. Bills 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Mets 2 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. One strike to Ricky Jordan. Two strikes to Jordan. Jose De Leon is up in the Phillies bullpen. Just foul down the third base side. Holds it 0-2 to Ricky Jordan.
Jose is probably just loosening up on his own. He hasn't been pitching much. Not at all in this series.
So evidently Ben Rivera will go back out in the 8th inning. Anderson and West down.
I guess they must have asked him how he felt. He didn't look like he was throwing very well. He lost some of his... Lost a mile or 2 on that fastball.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Jordan hits it to deep center field. This ball is out of here. Center field home run, Ricky Jordan, and the Phillies now lead it 4-2. Number 2 for Jordan.
Well, let me tell you, that ball was smoked.
Really?
Cleared that center field like a rifle shot, and that's a long way. 410 to dead center. This pitch was out away from him, too. And he leaned right into it.
Phillies lead the league in home runs. That is number 67 for the Phils. And it brings on Incaviglia, who singled, hit a sacrifice fly, and grounded into a double play.
Talk a lot about Incaviglia and Eisenreich and Milt Thompson, how they've helped. Well, Ricky Jordan was here, you know, and
yeah.
He's always been here, and he's really done a job in the last few seasons. A lot of it off the bench.
There really isn't anybody on the entire club who has not contributed. They all have. I mean, Joe Millette gets a big hit the other night off this guy, Jeff Innes, that knocked in a run. Kept an inning alive, and then Incaviglia hit a home run to win the game. Smoked that boot. And ball girl had to hustle to get out of the way of that shot.
Yeah, she didn't want to try to catch that one. She'd have caught that one, they'd have had to sign her up, because that would have been a heck of a play.
2 balls and 2 strikes. There's a bomb to deep center field. Watch this, baby. Out of here. Dead center field home run by Incaviglia. And the Phillies now lead it 5-2. Number 11 for Inky. His second RBI in the game.
That was a monster shot. That's unbelievable.
Against the sidearm right-hander who usually is tough on right-hand hitters.
This one was not a Ricky Jordan shot. It was just higher, that's all.
Bills now lead it 5-2. So after the Mets crawled to within one, back-to-back homers have given the Phillies a 3-run lead. Now Mark Davis is up in the Phillies bullpen. Be interesting to see if Rivera comes out for the bottom half of this inning or not.
Gives him a little margin for error. Those 2 home runs. Still nobody out in this inning. First 2 batters have just only hit him over the center field fence.
Foul down the first base side, 2-1. Looks like Toronto's going to salvage a game at Detroit. They lead 10-3 over the Tigers in the 4th inning.
It's only in the 4th, though.
Yeah, those
in that ballpark. Tigers can score them in bunches.
He balls in 2 strikes to Eisenreich. He is 1 out of 3. Struck him out. It's out number 1 in the inning.
I watched Jordan's ball. Reached out on a pitch probably outside part of the plate. Well over the center field wall. Way over. Todd Pratt has picked up a single in the game.
One down. Draper up in the New York Mets bullpen, the right-hander.
Pratt would like to have that pitch back, a little slider that stayed on the inside half of the plate. Doubt if he'll get it again, though. It's not that part of the plate.
Ground ball hit sharply, juggled by Saunders, recovers in time to get Pratt for out number 2. And it'll bring on Kim Baptiste, who is 1 out of 3, singled, struck out, and grounded into a double play. Larry Anderson back up in the Phillies bullpen, so maybe Rivera is finished for the day. Him up into shallow right field. Bonilla coming on, makes the grab. That'll retire the side, but the back-to-back home runs give the Phillies 2 by Jordan and Incaviglia. 2 hits, no errors, and none left. We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. It's 5-2 Phils.
Iron Mike on rust.
I hate rust.
Iron Mike on tough.
This is tough. Rust tough. This is rust. Oleum? The dictionary defines tough as strong, not easily influenced, like me. The definition of oleum is, we sprayed this rusty metal plate with fast-drying rust tough, exposed the rusted metal, then placed it in the torture salt fog chamber. The rust didn't spread, it stayed tough. You want tough? What do you want? Oleum. Got rust? Get tough. Rust tough.
They say everybody has a dream. In this country, it's often about having your own business. AT&T has more ways to take your vision to and from more countries than anyone else. Because AT&T believes the most wonderful product this country's given the world is the American dream. AT&T, far and away the best in the business.
What's he doing? Better humor him.
Okay, I'm here to show you the new Panasonic Palmcorder camcorder with digital image stabilizer.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
It helps hold the picture steady even when your hand shakes this much. And Palmcorder tapes can play in any VHS recorder. So why buy a camcorder whose tapes can't play in your VCR?
I don't know.
The choice is obvious. The Panasonic Palmcorder. Its tapes will play in your VCR.
Good afternoon, I'm Neil Hartman. Here's scores in the National League this afternoon. Andres Galarraga, 2-run home run, his ninth. It's 2-0 Colorado out in front of Houston in the early going. 2-0 Montreal leads St. Louis in the fifth. The final score, Steve Avery picks up his 8th win. He's now 8-2. 9-2 final Atlanta over Cincinnati. Mark Lemke with a 3-run homer. San Diego is later on today against Los Angeles. Chicago, San Francisco, also a 4:05 start. And Florida hosts Pittsburgh at 6:05. It's 5-2. The Phillies lead going to the bottom of the 8th. There's a new pitcher on the mound. Let's hear it from Harry and Richie.
All right, Neil, Harry Anderson is the new pitcher for the Phils. He'll hit in the 3 spot, vacated by Ricky Jordan. John Kruk comes into play first base. Krucker will bat in the 9 spot, vacated by Ben Rivera. Game number 19 for Anderson. He's won 3, lost 1, no saves, 3.0 ERA. He's worked 15 innings, given up 15 hits, 5 earned runs, 15 strikeouts, and 5 walks. And Darren Jackson will be the first one to face him. Phil's leading at 5-2 here in the bottom of the 8th. One strike to Darren Jackson, who's nothing out of 3. He's still looking for his first Met hit. 0 for 4 last night. 1 ball and 1 strike. Missing the slider. Anderson throws almost all sliders. Occasionally, if a batter is leading out, he will come in with a fastball. That's skied in the air to right. It's fairly deep, but Eisenreich makes the play. Eisenreich always gets himself into a position to catch a ball routinely.
Fundamentally very sound.
Now's the time to vote for this year's 93 All-Star Game. Now's the time to show your support for the Phils, the Krucker, Darren Dalton, Lenny Dykstra having great years. The Russell Athletic All-Star ballots are available at the Bet and at all Phillies home games, plus local participating J.C. Penney locations. Show your Phillies support. Vote the All-Star Game now. 1-1 the count to Saunders. Major League debut has been a good one for this young man, a 23-year-old. He's 2 out of 3. Fouls it out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It's like the Mets have a plan to bring up young players and look at them towards, the rest of the season. There's a lot of the season left. When you're like 21 games out, something like that, might as well think of building or rebuilding, is the case here.
Missing wide. Full count to Saunders. One hop to Baptiste. Kim's made all the plays at third base. He's got a good, strong arm.
Ball really came up to him nicely. The ball was hit sharply. One big hop. He can gun the ball.
2 down. That'll bring on Eddie Murray.
Little ballet-like move by John Kruk on the bag. Imagine him in a 2-2.
Here's Eddie Murray. He's grounded into a double play, flied out in the single. He's the Crucker. That's their 23.5 out coming into play today.
A changeup of some kind.
They are 9 games behind Pittsburgh, who's now in 6th place. Florida Marlins move into tie for 4th with the Cubs.
They're only 2 games under 500, the Marlins. That's unbelievable for that expansion team.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Strikes. A 1-2-3 inning for Anderson. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. We go to the 9th inning. 5-2 Phillies.
You can feel it deep inside. Dedication and a real sense of pride. And you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud. Budweiser. Proud to be your bud.
Mark your calendar and clear your schedule. The Phillies play the pitching powerful Atlanta Braves Monday, June 21st and Tuesday, June 22nd, both at 7:35, followed by an always popular business person special Wednesday afternoon, June 23rd at 12:35. Reserve your tickets by phone. Call 463-1000.
The new Lexus GS Luxury Performance Sedan. It not only corners better than the BMW 535i, but it rides smoother. Of course, if you still insist on feeling every pebble in the road, be our guest. See the GS at your New Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania area Lexus dealer. The price is within reach, too.
Travel arranged through U.S. Air with more nonstops from Philadelphia to more Florida cities than any other airline. Nonstop to Florida. U.S. Air begins with you.
After 8 innings of play, the Phillies 5 and New York 2. Tomorrow at 6:30, when his driver's license expires, Al tries out a new set of wheels on Married with Children right here on PHL 17. Mickey Morandini leads it off for the Phillies. He'll be followed by John Kruk and then Lenny Dykstra. Phillies lead it 5-2. One strike to Morandini. Thing, Mitch Williams up in the Phillies bullpen along with David West. 2 balls and a strike. Morandini slams a hit to left field, his second hit. A good lifetime hitter against the side-wheeling Innis. He's 5 for 8 now lifetime off him. There's the Crocker batting for the first time. Came in as a part of a double switch. Tied for second in the league in hitting, batting .355. Second in on-base percentage. Leads the league in walks with 50.
Ennis usually has trouble with left-hand batters. He has the sinker and the slider. The sinker is not a real hard sinker. The slider's kind of flat, so left-hand hitters pick it up. There's a sinker ball that had a little tail on it, came back over the plate. But that's a dangerous pitch for him also, especially to throw it inside, because it's a good pitch for left-hand hitter to pull. Try to pull the outside sinker, you usually hit a nice easy ground ball to second base. Dalton getting a day off so far.
2 strikes to Kruk. Wild pitch. That'll move Morandini to second. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Both West and Williams up. If the Phillies could score some more here, I think West would come in.
I think so. If it's a save situation, it'll be Mitch. If it's not, it'll probably be West. Brock will try to pull the ball here. The runner at second base and nobody out. Pulls it. Bonilla, fine running catch. Morandini did not tag.
He should have. He knows it.
Truck crushed the ball, but caught by Bonilla.
If the ball gets by Bonilla, he scores easily, whether he tags or not, but that's the ball he has to tag on.
And Larry Boa letting him know. Brings on Lenny Dykstra. 29,917 the paid attendance here today. Nothing to Dykstra. Lenny 0 for 3 with a walk. He has scored a run. Two and nothing. Put him on intentionally with the right hand hitting Mariano Duncan due up next. And Dykstra gets the intentional walk. That puts 2 men on base with 1 out for Duncan. Milt Thompson moving into the on-deck circle to bat for Larry Anderson. Duncan's 2 for 4 today. Line drive, double play. So Duncan lines into a 6-4 double play. Hit it on the nose, but that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the bottom half of the 9th inning. Phil's on top 5-2.
you move into a new house, little things are going to come up. Unexpected things. Things the previous owner forgot to mention. So to make your new house a home, turn to the book with more choices. It can even help if you want to get out of the house for a while. The genuine New Jersey Belle Yellow Pages. 9 out of 10 use it. No other book can match it. A Bella Pantic Company.
What would you do with $2,100?
I'd look into summer camp.
Buy an Accord DX over a Camry DX and you'll save some money, as well as your sanity. Visit your Tri-State Honda dealer today. The smart way to go. What would you do with $3,800?
I'd take my little princess to Paris.
Would you like that, princess?
Buy an Accord DX over a Taurus GL and you'll save the money to get there.
Yeah.
Visit your Tri-State Honda dealer today. The smart way to go.
If you live to punch, lift, run, kick, serve, sweat, volley, catch, dive, jump, reject, dominate, and celebrate, try Powerade, the official sports drink of the Olympic Games, with 33% more carbohydrates for energy than Gatorade, and great taste, so you can pick up, slam down, and soak in all 32 ounces. Powerade, more power to you.
The weather's hot.
He was like,
And love is sizzling.
my ultimate fantasy is to eat chocolate while making out in a jacuzzi.
Oh, yeah. On Love Connection.
Weeknights at 11:30 on PHL 17.
Mitch Williams, the Wild Thing, is the new pitcher, appearing in his 24th game. 1 win, 2 losses, 18 saves, a 3.32 ERA. He's worked 21 2/3 innings, 20 hits, 8 earned runs, has struck out 22 while walking 8. Trying to save this one for Ben Rivera. He'll be facing Bobby Bonilla. Dave Gallagher has moved into the on-deck circle to bat for Joe Orsulak, and then Jeff Kent. Phil's on top, 5-2. Bobby Bonilla, nothing for 3 today, has flied out twice and grounded sharply to second.
Roger Clemens finally stopped Baltimore's 10-game win streak, beat them 4-2, and also stopped the Red Sox 6-game losing streak.
High pop-up, foul and playable. Kim Baptiste.
Mitch wanted that.
Baptiste had it all the way, but Williams was like a racehorse. Just in case he lost it in the sun, but Kim had it all the way, 1 down. Dave Gallagher comes out to pinch hit for Orsulak. Gallagher batting at .312 as a pinch hitter. He's been a good one, 5 for 10.
He hits left-hand pitching very, very well. That's why they platooning. That's why they have platooning.
One ball and no strikes to Gallagher.
Almost hit him. Mitch falling down after the delivery. 2-0.
Almost hit him twice now.
He balls and no strikes to Gallagher. High with it, 3-0. Walked him on 4 pitches. I'll bring up Jeff Kent. He has flied to center, grounded into a double play, and hit a home run. Gallagher at first base with 1 out. Knocked that one over for a called strike. One ball and 1 strike. Wide. 2-1. Gallagher at first. 1 down here in the 9th. Phil's lead 5-2. Full count. Padres looking on. High drive into deep left center field. Dykstra drops the ball. Heading for third is Gallagher, and into second is Kent. Ball that Lenny will tell you he normally should catch, but just didn't snare it.
Yeah, he was there and got leather on it. He's yelling for it all the way, all the way. I got it. He really didn't have to jump, but he did, and it was right off the heel of his glove. I don't know how they'll score that. I suppose a base hit. But then he would be the first to tell you, I should have had it. I don't think Incaviglia bothered him any. Looking up at the sun. Might have been in that sun and lost it.
Trying to give Dykstra an error on it. Here's Hundley. He had a rip at a fastball, fouls it back. Hundley's been a good lifetime hitter against Mitch Williams, 3 for 5, including a homer.
He's lost a game like this to the Mets in Philadelphia. They don't want to blow another one. 3-run lead in the 9th.
High pop up in the infield. That should be out number 2. Mickey Morandini makes the grab. That's 2 down. And it'll bring on Tim Bogar.
Shortstop Tim
Bogar has singled, struck out, and lined out.
You know, it's Morandini really fighting that sun, and he had a lot of time, you know, to try to play around, to try to play it out of the sun, and he was still struggling. So you'd have to think that somewhere that Dykstra, who was on the dead run, might have lost that ball. Because when they hit his glove, he catches them.
No balls and a strike to Bogar. Fouls it out of play. Williams ahead of him, 0-2. That runner is second and third with 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Dirt, a good catch by Pratt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That hits Williams, and he doesn't know where it is. It'll be a base hit. for Bogar. And it's now a 5-3 ball game with 2 outs in the inning.
He hit him right in the back on his follow-through. Hit him pretty solid, too. See, well, it hit him under the arm in the rib cage, I believe. He knew it was there somewhere, but
Charlie O'Brien will come out and bat for Ennis.
Watch Mitch now. He's, was that ever stung? That got his attention, I can guarantee you. This is a guy that got the double that beat the Phillies in that game at Veterans Stadium I was talking about, Charlie O'Brien.
Hitting at .222.
Tying runs on first.
It's his first pinch hit appearance. One ball and no strikes. New York runners at first and third with 2 outs, a run across. Johnny Padres has seen Mitch enough to know that he'll get into trouble, but usually he gets out of it. 2-0. One up in the Phillies bullpen. Jim Fregosi leaving this one in the hands of the Wild Thing. Two and one to Charlie O'Brien. Him up into shallow center. Lenny Dykstra puts it away. This game is over. The Phils have won 5-3. Mitch Williams now the Wild Thing tied for the league lead in saves with 19. He and Mike Stanton of Atlanta each have 19.
I don't know if you noticed, but Dykstra really fought the sun on that little fly ball.
One runner was unearned, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 men left. Phils winning it by a score of 5-3 and sweep this 4-game series at Shea. We'll be back with the totals and a recap in a moment.
Recently, an object was sighted.
It was big. Bigger than big.
Huge, huge, large, astronomically big.
Big would be an understatement.
Very big. Huge.
Oh, God. Big, huge.
When it arrives, you better not be alone. Bigfoot.
Pizza Hut.
From Pizza Hut. 2 square feet of pizza. 21 slices on a tasty new crust. $10.99 for up to 3 toppings. It's bigger than pizza. Bigfoot from Pizza Hut. A legendary value.
Let's say you want a well-equipped 6-passenger car for under $13,000. Look into Dodge Spirit. With the right package, you can get one with options like air conditioning, speed control, and more. And right now, you'll get it all with at least $1,000 cash back, making it the lowest priced 6-passenger car you can buy for only $12,625. Meaning whether you buy, lease, or just want to look, Spirit is a logical choice. See your nearest Dodge dealer today. We know how to help.
From 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue to right here in Pennsylvania, people are searching for new choices in health care.
The costs are strangling me.
Which inspired Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield to create the new personal choice.
It seems like you always have to give something up.
A health plan that gives people the benefits of an HMO.
No one has the right to tell me what doctor I can see.
Without asking them to give up their freedom. Personal choice, the health plan that controls costs, not people.
Yo, Phillies fans, here's the pitch. You.
the Phillies, San Diego. It's the Jiffy Lube Coca-Cola Phillies road trip. Go to Jiffy Lube and you could win an all-expense-paid trip for 4 to the Phillies-Padres game in sunny San Diego. Round-trip airfare, deluxe hotel accommodations, and meals are all included. But hey, you can't win if you don't enter at any participating Jiffy Lube before June 30th.
Phils have swept this series at Shea, winning this afternoon 5-3. The Phillies have 5 runs, 11 hits, 1 error, 7 left. New York, 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors, 6 left. Ben Rivera, the winner, 5-3. Anthony Young now 0-7. He's lost 21 straight decisions. Mitch Williams, his 19th save. That ties for the league lead in that department. And Sunoco and your local Sunoco dealers will donate $100 to the Byrne Foundation. In the name of the Wild Thing, Mitch Williams. Monster back-to-back home runs today by Ricky Jordan and Pete Incaviglia. Our next telecast here on the Phil's Television Network tomorrow night from Olympic Stadium in Montreal. Terry Mulholland against Jeff Shaw will be on the air at 7:30 for the first of a 3-game series with the Expos. Check your local listings for the games carried in your area. Once again, the final score from Shea Stadium, the Phillies sweeping this 4-game set with a 5-3 win over New York. For Rich Ashburn and Andy Musser and Chris Wheeler, Harry Callis, thanks for watching. Talk to you tomorrow night from Olympic Stadium, Montreal on the Phil's Television Network.
The Phillies and the New York